And just to remind all the viewers here about the format for this event, well, first and foremost, you have to be an international master. None of this grandmaster business, an IM event only. But as the chess goes, 75 minutes of 5+1 blitz, 45 minutes of 3+1 blitz, then 25 minutes of 1 minute with 1 second increment bullet chess. Single elimination, winner advances. We all know how these bracket formats work. And Vidit, let me ask you while we bring up the bracket here, what is it like, since you've been a participant in the Speed Chess Championship, what is it like playing in this format for hours on end?
One thing which immediately comes to my mind is that you need stamina. Like, you know, you are playing so much of blitz that eventually when it comes to bullet, you start to, lose your focus, yeah? And the chances of making a mistakes really high. So I think you need stamina. You need to be sharp throughout. And it's not easy to adjust immediately. I remember that when I came from 5+1 to 3+1 and then bullet, I lost my thread in bullet in one match and I won 9 games in bullet. So, you know, it can go either way. You can win or lose in bullet. I think that's a very crucial part of the match.
Well, I think it's a good time to talk with the players in this match because you mentioned bullet. And Tania, she herself said, I'm not as used to online speed chess, whereas Levy is very well known on streaming, on Twitch. His Gotham Chess, he plays a ton of blitz and bullet. So Tania is the higher rated classical player between the two. But what do you think that means in terms of bullet? Can she catch up with just a few games in this match, or is she too far behind in terms of experience?
I was checking it. Like she is like 50 points higher in classical, but in Chess.com rating, Levy Rozman. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct.
Yeah, Levy Rozman is right. You're
Levy
good.
Rozman. Okay, he has like 300 points higher. Yeah, which is not like a small gap. So I think he's pretty much used to this interface and stuff. And if in bullet, if there is a chance to flag, he will go for it. So I think he's the favorite in the format. But you never know. But I think he has more practice for it.
Totally. And well, we don't have to wait much longer to figure out who the favorite will be after the games get going, because we're starting these games right now. And Vidit, yesterday I was here with Daniel Naroditsky. We were cracking some jokes, but we did show a lot of respect to the players because, people wonder what's the difference between an IM and a GM. Well, for starters, only IMs are allowed to play in this tournament. But in a more serious note, these players dedicate their lives to the game. And I was saying that in a single game of chess, these players could, of course, beat either of us. And just in a game, it's over a course of a match when the games continue and you play a longer series of events. Then that's where the difference makes itself known. But I do think
I agree with
excellent chess.
I agree with you completely. And I think it will be a close match, at least in the 5+1 section. And then, I don't know what. It's a bit random afterwards. I'm really excited to see the match.
Yeah, and I feel like this was a big question mark match for me because I know Levy online chess, he plays so often, but Tania, I haven't seen her play. I've commentated with her. I watch her do commentary and interviews in Gibraltar and St. Louis and all these events, but I have not seen her play online blitz pretty much ever. And right now she's totally even on the clock. I prefer White's position, the knight on c6 in front of the pawn on c7. You'd prefer that pawn to be on c5. So I already like Tania's position in this first game. What about you, Vid? Are you feeling White's position, or is it just me?
Just 1 second. I'm loading the game. Actually, I'm not there yet.
Oh, no worries. Just get in here. Join me for the fun. Gotham Chess and Tania _S.
I got the game. So Sweet. It was a Queen's Gambit, right?
Yes, it was. But it's a weird Queen's Gambit because there's a knight on c6 and a pawn on c7, right? When you accept that Queen's Gambit, usually you want to play for c5 or b5.
Right. I think b3 is a bit soft, I think White has to go for like e4 stuff. But in the last position, it didn't work because you have bishop f3 and knight d4, right?
Look at you spotting those GM tactics. They're not allowed here. You haven't gotten the memo. Bishop f3, knight takes d4, and the point is there's a bishop h2 check at the end when the queen captures on d4. The queen will be hanging. Look at you. Get out of here. These are not just GM tactics. Those are some super GM tactics. I don't think we really informed you what your role was for the show. But on a more serious note, that is a really nice tactic.
I think you're being too nice. I think you're being too nice.
I've never been accused of being too nice. So there's a first time for everything. You proved it live in front of all of our viewers.
Okay, so he played rook d8. And now I'm expecting something like knight d2.
Okay.
Actually, practically, when I look at the position, it seems easier for black to play. You get this e5 stuff. So now you should play bishop g6. You should not exchange.
So what leads you to believe that the bishop should remain on the board for black?
It makes it easier, right? If you take bishop e2, queen e2, and then you get rook d1, knight c4, all kinds of stuff, right?
Yep. Agreed.
So I think bishop g6 makes sense to, make it a little bit harder to, okay, he takes some.
See, this is what's going to happen, Vidit. You have to get used to this today. You're going to say something makes sense, and I'm going to agree with you, but it's not going to happen. So just get used to that. We're in for a long ride here. The players are playing quite solidly, but I like what you said about some of the play being a little bit too soft because, instead of going for concrete ideas, there's been a little bit of slower approaches, and we will see that because the players are just getting used to each other's styles. But we look at the center here for white. Now you have e4 in, d5, knight coming to c4 regardless.
It's not so bad. It's not so bad, I must say, because there's c6 now, right? You take knight c6. Oh, knight g6. When I'm suggesting a move, and he plays the exact opposite move afterwards.
Like I said, you clearly aren't super familiar with what we're going to have in store for us. Just get used to that. And there are going to be many surprising moves. But so far, I really do believe this has been a very solid game. C6 is one of those committal moves. Now, of course, you can't play it because the knight will capture the bishop, and then bishop a3 will follow, using that bishop to skewer the rooks. But the essential point is that black is just saying, I don't want to commit to something where I'm not entirely sure of the consequences. And you and I both will have this problem. When we play our Blitz games, we're like, that's a decision you can't take back. So maybe I shouldn't go for it. I should rush another move. But Vidit, I must say I'm impressed with Tania's time management thus far. Up 30 seconds on the clock.
That's really good,
Levy.
right?
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. And one of the important things in these matches is how you cope up with a loss, because it's so easy to go on tilt. So if Tania starts well, I think she has a better chance to, in the match. So the first few games are really important because going on tilt happens to everyone. Even Magnus goes on tilt sometimes.
Yep. I completely agree with you. Now knight a5, by the way, looks like a really annoying move coming after that b7 pawn. This was a theme that we saw in one of the games yesterday.
Isn't it like you can just go bishop b6 and the knight is trapped on b7 if you take it?
Stop making good moves. This is not okay. Just let me make my one move threat. You don't see it happening. I'm going to take on b7. So you're right that you can just go bishop b6 back. Then I have to go knight c4, and I see the point. But I can sort of trick you. If knight a5, bishop b6, knight c4, and you don't want to repeat, and you go bishop a7, then I have bishop a3, getting your rook on f8. So I'm trying to trick you, Vidit. Sometimes you got to make it seem like I can also compete with you.
No, come on. You're being too modest today. I don't know what happened to you.
I'm just, awed by you as my co-commentator because, typically I'm with Danny Wrench, and that's all I need to say about that. Then I've been with Tania, who's, amazing player, super fast, lightning quick, has great impressions. But now I'm with, the cool, calm, collected Vidit Gujrathi, and I just have to show you that I respect you. I'm just letting you know that out loud. Everybody heard it. That's the first time I've ever said I respected my co-commentator on air.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And that's the last bit of modesty and respect you're getting. So we're going to go into the jokes now. What do you think about the c6 move? Because I just want to scoop that off the board right away, just dc6.
I was thinking about the takes, queen c6, knight d5, and don't you have queen e6 in the end? I mean, I don't like this move, bishop a3. Kind of messed up with the coordination, no?
I agree. This knight on a3 is not very happy over here. It takes another move just to bring it back in the game, and now black has shown, hey, I'm ready to chisel at your center, and there's no good discovery. Exactly. Look at pre-moved.
So now I think what white should do is take on f6 and play g3 as soon as possible. If the knight gets to f4, it'll be not good.
Right, because the knight not only attacks the queen, the h3 pawn, the g2 square, but the d3 square is very important in this position. So I agree with that.
Take on f6.
Yeah, there's no other move here.
Exactly. This is the moment which I don't like. You're wasting like 20 seconds on a move like knight f6. I mean, I don't know. What's an alternative? Is there any alternative, actually?
Knight c7 looks ridiculous. Knight e3, knight c3, knight b4 allows knight f4. Yeah. So knight takes f6 is the only move. And she spent 40 seconds on that move. I mean, that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's where inexperience really rears its ugly head. Because when you play Blitz all the time, you're like, well, I have to take on f6. And now I should figure out a move right now. She should not be spending another 10 plus seconds at this point.
G3. Go G3.
Yeah, G3. Stop that
G3.
knight.
She's worried about Queen G5. Is it like getting Rook D2 and Knight F4 ideas?
Well, here it's happened, but I do believe after Queen G5, well, actually that is pretty annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just
You know what I like to do when my opponent gets low on time like this, 1 minute, and I have a 1 minute lead. I start playing fast to put even more pressure.
right.
That's really. And he goes Queen G5. That's good. That's good.
He's playing too well. This is not allowed.
Why do you keep saying that playing good or suggesting good moves is not allowed? I don't get it.
you clearly did not get the memo for this event. Like, why do you think that Danny organized this event?
I have no idea.
It's so the other players will not make good moves. He'll make some good moves. He'll win the event, and he's the champion of something, right? It's what it is. And I actually like his Rook D1 move. And H5 is a great decision by Levy, but
Wait,
Knight F4 a move ago would have been met by Queen G4, and then White's
but takes, and then there is Knight E2, Knight C3. That's very annoying. I don't like H5, to be honest.
You don't like H4? What's H4 here? What's wrong with this decision?
Knight C4. The problem is Knight on G6. How do you get it now in the game?
The knight is fine there. Don't you be so judgmental about this knight. No, I agree with you. A pawn 3 squares away from a knight just totally dominates it. So you are correct that an earlier Knight F4 was a way to activate the piece, because H4 may ruin White's pawn structure a little bit, and there's H4 as played. But it's not that big a deal. Like
Queen G4.
She's taking advantage of this knight.
But if you take on G3, FG, and don't you have Rook D2?
Well, I'll take with the queen on G3. Take with the queen on G3.
Oh no, come on, Queen F6, Knight F4, and
yeah, but Rook D2 is too bad. You're absolutely right. Rook D2 check. Then I'm trying to take on D2 and take your A2 pawn. I can't.
Yeah, she has to Queen G3. White lost the thread like after Bishop A3. All the moves, the position kept getting worse.
But I don't think it's that bad. I agree with you that she's lost the thread, but once this knight comes from C4 to E3, then there's D5 and F5 for this knight.
What if Queen H5 now? Like attacking on D1, getting a tempo?
Then Queen G4 back, probably. Out of necessity. Now, I'm not saying I like it, but Queen G4 feels like the quick move just to try and trade queens and less.
Probably the only move. Only move to not get worse.
There it is.
Queen H6, Knight C4. Yeah, you're right. It's not as bad as it looks. If Knight E3, Knight F5.
Yep.
It would be crazy if White even gets an advantage.
And I wouldn't be that surprised, just because Black has been playing with that feeling. Psychology is that Black...
And also, he's getting low on time. He's like on 20 seconds.
And he knew 19. He was better, right? So he's in time trouble. He knew he was better. He's still pressing for an advantage.
And look at him. He looks upset, right? He looks upset.
What does he realize he has 10 seconds left? What's going on?
Oh, probably he has muted, this timer.
Oh, but this knight now is beautiful. Bring that into the game. Just trade queens.
Knight F4. Okay.
No, yep. But where do you go?
It's very easy for Black to play.
Well, here comes this knight to C6 maybe. Your idea from earlier, 97, Knight C6. Do it right now.
I would have played F6. To get my king to F7, protect this E5. Yep. I like that Tania is playing fast. That's what
look at that. 3 seconds. Rook D7. Just play Rook D7. Just go for it. Oh, okay. Rook D6 is also fine.
Oh, there's Rook H8. No. I think that was not good. That does not look good. Now the other group comes to H8.
Yep.
How do you even survive
checkmate.
This? I think it's just lost. Yeah. Rook A2. And he's showing his blitz skills. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He found a way.
Busted, no?
Wow. That was a pretty epic turnaround there.
He did a head bob, when he got the rook. Like he's got it.
Yep. He's feeling it now. He blundered a knight back, but he's still winning.
Okay, but Rook E2 and Rook F1 mate. No, go Rook E2. Rook E2.
Stop asking for so much.
But just go Rook E2 and it's mate.
He's going to do it now. There it is. There it is. You get one of these.
It's actually a good technique, just to make some moves and gain some time, not a bad idea actually.
Yeah.
She should probably resign because it gives her more time to come back.
Right. I mean, you're thinking about the larger match strategy with an hour left, or a little bit over an hour left in this time segment. But honestly, that was a very much a 50-50 game where we liked Tania's position of the opening. We liked how Levy started dealing with this position with the after Bishop A3 in particular. That was a questionable move, and then Levy really took advantage of it. He seized the initiative, and then Tania fought back And unfortunately for her, this h3 pawn was such a weakness that Levy was able to take full advantage.
Actually, I would say that in majority of the game, Levy was in charge.
Yeah.
I mean, once the opening part was over, he was the clear favorite because he was outplaying white, right?
Yep.
C5, I've not seen this move. I think usually they go D5, right?
Yeah, so
with black.
You can
it's like
play... Sorry, go ahead. No, you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
So now it is transposed to some Nimzo knight F3.
Right.
Knight D4 and now D5.
And then you're into this line, which has been played so many times by all players at your rating level. These positions, you just take on D5. The knight takes D5 with bishop D2, right? Or do you play queen C2? There's like different moves here, right? But like bishop D2 seems totally reasonable. Stopping the pin.
I think queen B3 is the main line, right? And then there's a move queen B6.
Yeah.
That's the main line theory.
But we're not getting mainline theory.
Yeah, with the time he's taking, I don't think he's, like an expert in this line. Probably C5 threw him off, kind of.
Yeah.
But
Tania plays C5 lines often in the Nimzo. So I coach the U.S.
women's... study.
Well, I coach the U.S. women's team, and we've played India before. So I've had to prepare my players for Tania. And she plays these C5 moves very frequently in this opening. So it shouldn't come as a complete surprise, though it's not a main weapon of other players. So when you study the top games, you don't see it too regularly. Castle kingside, we have the opportunity to take on C4 for black, but then this bishop on G2 becomes a monster.
I think there is a famous game of Kasparov, like you take on C4 and then you go knight DB5, right?
Yeah. Just going after all of these weak squares, not to mention the bishop on G2 is so powerful.
It's much easier to play as white in this position. For Blitz, I think it's a good choice by white.
Yep. There's also queen A4. There's also queen A4 lines, by the way. So like they're not only is there knight D to B5, but oftentimes you play some kind of queen A4 because your knight on D4 can be taken, but the bishop on B4 is hanging as well. So.
And sometimes you have to play like move like knight A6 after queen A4, if I remember correctly.
And it's not...
If you don't know, then it's not so simple to do that.
Yeah, you don't like putting a knight on A6. Nobody wants to do that. So Tania does take on C4, but both players spent nearly a minute each on their last move. So clearly they're out of their opening element.
Sure.
The repertoire is thrown out the window. Here's queen A4 by Levy.
You know your boy.
I'm just threw out a move. He played it. Queen A5 is an option for black, but many of these endgames, as you were hinting at before, are very tough for black to play.
Right.
Even though you're up a pawn.
Sure. By the way, during the show, I have some chess puns.
You have chess puns?
I will throw some chess puns whenever you want it.
I'm a little scared that you have puns.
I'm just, it's a lockdown, you have not much to do. So why not?
So have you been writing these puns yourself, like coming up with them?
Because of some comedian friends of mine, I got this habit of making puns. So now I'm completely digging it.
You're the commentary hero I didn't know I needed. This is what's happening here. Not only do you have puns in store for me that you've actually put effort into, you're letting me know they're coming. I appreciate that.
But you're like making decisions too quickly. It could also be that the puns are horrible, Who knows?
Well, they probably will. No, they probably will be horrible. I'm anticipating that, but I appreciate you letting me know in advance because Danny, who I commentate with all the time, he just says pun after pun that it is terrible, but I have to roll my eyes because he didn't let me know it's coming at that specific moment.
Okay. So what would you play in this position? Knight D7 or bishop D7, bishop C6?
Probably bishop F5. Just to allow knight E3 with a tempo and to not say a move that you said. So actually, I would play bishop D7, bishop C6 though. I like developing my pieces.
Bishop D7, you have queen B4.
Yeah, but then I can play knight C. Oh, my C4 pawn is going to be lost. But I think I'm okay with that. So bishop D7, queen B4. I play either knight C6. You'll take on C4, I think.
Knight bishop D7. Wow.
Yeah, but bishop E6, just attack your queen. I mean, I'm chilling.
No, I mean, black played knight F D7.
Oh, what?
After bishop G5.
Okay, that's not a move that if you ask me, for 6 move recommendations,
That
I'm
would
not
be
sure that
bad.
was in the top 6. But maybe
Is
it's
it
not a bad
that
move.
bad though? Exactly. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know what I would do? I would play bishop e7.
Well, then knight b6. Oh,
No,
yeah,
knight
right.
e3 is bad. What is this? I think knight b6 and f6. You trap the bishop.
Yeah, that bishop's going down.
Oh, look at him. I think he sees it. He has to go knight d5 now.
Yep.
He has to go knight d5.
Oh my gosh! But I just turn my head to the Twitch chat. C'est la Hesse. Oh, it has to be said. I don't know if you've been seeing the chat there, but
Sorry, I missed it. Oh,
there
is I think I see a lot of Robert faces.
I have to give a shout out to Blitzstream and the entire channel because they know what's up. They're ready for the action here. Kevin Bordy needs to become an international master so he can play in this, or he just has to wait for the FM, not an IM, or whatever we're calling it. The FML.
Or Danny has to become an FM.
Yeah, exactly.
To
Wait, how is? Oh, so knight d5 was a necessary move.
It was the only move. Probably bishop e6. Would you do it, or you would not go bishop e6? Because she goes for it.
She goes for it. You don't need to ask me. You need to ask Tanya, and Tanya answers every time you ask.
So takes and rook d1. I like white still.
Oh, I like white too. The control over the d8 square, having the bishop. I'm a big fan of the bishops.
Well, what was the chat thing? I didn't get it.
Oh, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it.
You have to explain. You cannot just say it and then not tell me what's happening.
You'll learn later. I'll tell you later. I can't tell you on air about c'est la Hesse. It's what it's a French expression that they love saying, and it's perfect because of my last name. So it works out wonderfully. Okay. Can I just trade queens and put a rook on d7 at some point? Probably not.
I was thinking of queen a3, but then you have knight d7, rook d6, right, and then queen c5.
Yep. So let's show that quickly. Rook d6 looks like it's going to be very powerful, but then queen c5 offers the trade of queens, and the knight on c5 would be very good for black.
So now, does knight d7 work? Because there's bishop e7. I'm not sure if it works. What do you think?
Actually, that line before, if we just show them the analysis board quickly, queen a3, knight d7, rook d6, queen c5 also hits f2. You're such a devious guy. I was hoping that I could play a really crazy move like bishop c1 and just freeze you. But then
for bishop c1, you deserve to get punished.
How cool is that move? How cool is bishop c1? If you don't have queen takes f2, that move's not allowed. What move would you play? Hey, you don't really have a good move. So
actually, I have not seen that. So good that you spotted it. So because after bishop e7 now, black should play rook f7. Then again, this queen c5 makes this threat of queen f2. Black should not go to e8.
Yep. So rook f7.
By the way, they're really down on that. Oh, rook d6.
No, here's queen c5. Walked right into it.
Tania sharp.
And this is terrible for white now because not only do you force the queen trade because f2 is hanging, but the bishop on e7 is trapped because queen c5, knight c5, bishop g5 runs right to knight e4 with a fork on your
bishop h4, you have g5.
Exactly.
Forcing bishop to complete. No, there is rook d8 in the end.
You're such a devil. Just rook d8 check saves everything. Look at you. You ate your tactical
living out of chess, so I mean I have to spot it.
You ate your tactical Wheaties today.
So now rook d7. Black is pawn up.
Yeah,
completely winning. Yeah.
Just go after the c pawn. F2.
Knight e4 is good. Knight e4 is good because rook f2 and c3 both are threatening.
Also, look how much time Tanya has. She's up 1 minute and 15 seconds. Oh, she's just cruising.
She's playing b6 and a5. That's technique. That's good technique.
Technique too strong, they say. It's just rook takes f2.
Go a5 though.
What about rook takes f2?
Okay, even that is winning. Rook f1. Okay, no. Who am I kidding? It's just lost. 2 pawns down already. Yeah, there's nothing happening.
But she's conserved her time so well that she could spend half a minute here and then decide between a5, rook d7, or rook takes
a5, f3. Is that what she's worried about? f3. He goes for it. Maybe rook f2 was better.
Yeah, it was just a free pawn.
Yeah, and now I think she missed it. I can see from the cam.
Yep. But she's still winning. Rook a7.
Rook a7 and b5. But I don't like to win rook endgames when I could have won 2 pawns before that. Rook endgames have such a drawish tendency. I really hate it.
So I would play king f7, king e7, king d6. Bring the king this way. Here it comes.
Yeah, king d2. But do you rule out the possibility that this could be a draw?
I don't rule it out.
Inaugural.
Vidit, I rule nothing out in the IM not a GM speeches championship. Nothing is ruled out.
So nasty.
But Rook F7 ends the game, right? We're just give me this.
I think instead of King C2, White should have played Rook F3.
Wait, what's going on here?
Okay, this is lost.
H2.
Yeah, it's just lost. It's just lost. Okay, so that's a good game for Tania, much needed. Yeah, 2 losses would be tough. She played well. Once she got the advantage, she played well.
We saw a sort of role reversal from the first game because Levy was outplaying Tania throughout the first game, and Tania outplayed Levy throughout the second game. So we like the openings, how they've gone for White, but we like how Black has responded to the openings. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think whoever is playing better in the opening is losing. That's my conclusion so far.
Now you know why I never learned openings very well. Because this is my chess
nice excuse, Robert.
Well, you've never taught me openings. I asked you earlier today. I was like, hey, can you just send a photo of a file from your computer? Didn't happen. So I blame you.
Yeah, that's my fault for sure that you don't study openings.
You're going to have to teach me.
It makes complete sense.
We're going to team up together against Danny and Anish, right? So you're going to have to teach me some openings.
Yeah, that's a very important match, by the way. You should be on the peak of your game.
I will. It will be my crowning achievement in chess if we beat them. Just.
By the way, I don't really like what White did. What is C4 and A4? This combination.
What, you don't like giving control of the B4 square to your opponent's pieces?
Yes, no, I don't like it.
I also like how quickly Levy's been playing. I mean, he spent 4 seconds.
I would have gone for like knight d2, rook e1, e4. Try to break open with the center.
If we go back a few moves, like when White played a4 here, that's one of those moves where you're afraid of your opponent's plan. Now, he went a5 to go a4 against the fianchetto structure. But a4 is just this reactionary move that I think we both are not too fond of, because a4 isn't the end of the world if Black is able to play it. But when you play a4 and c4, as Tania did, you're giving control of some important squares. And when you're facing a Dutch structure, you want to be able to play for e4 as White. And thus far, it's been Black who's been able to clog the center of the board.
And also one good thing is that Black is playing really fast.
Yep.
That's a good sign. Just play quickly, put opponent under pressure. And White's moves are not so easy, right? E5
knight d2. I would play knight d2 and play quickly. Just go.
I'll take and then go knight c5.
Okay, you're a mean person. I don't know what to say.
Knight d2 is a good move though, because you could still play something like queen e3 or takes on c5. It's not so bad. It's not so bad, actually.
I think
Knight d2 was a good move.
I appreciate your moral support here, but on a serious note, like, you just have to play quickly, because at a certain point, playing speedy moves is more important than finding the absolute single best move in a position where there's nothing concrete.
I think, it matters. Like, it differs from person to person. For me, sometimes just playing intuitively works, but I know many people who like to think. For example, I used to watch some games of Kasparov.
Yeah.
I used to like really think and try to find the best move, very principled that way.
Right, like Alexander Grishuk.
Yeah, and I tried to imitate that and I failed horribly. So, to each his own, yeah.
Yep. And
and there's no shame in trying to imitate Kasparov and failing.
No, I'm going to shame you for it, just for the record.
So now rook d8, right? Because bishop e5 is f4.
I kind of like White's position.
Yeah.
Somehow this has turned out really well, because when I see a weak square on b4, I want to put a knight on that side of the board, but Black is out of knights. And knight d4 comes into b5.
Bishop a3 now, right? Bishop a3, bishop c5.
Maybe e4 for White too. Just break this position open.
Yeah, e4 is a good move. E4 is a good move.
Just blast everything open here. I don't really know what Black's queen side is going to do. The bishop wants to see tied down to the pawn on b7. So a move like e4, just opening up the center, more squares for your pieces.
By the way, 4,000 people watching us live. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
Love it. You're playing the nice guy right now. Look at you. I don't even know what to do with you anymore. But no, seriously, thanks to everybody who's tuning in here for the IM not a GM Speed Chess Championship. It's going to be a fun event. We're only on our second match. E3. Vida, explain that move.
Yeah, E3 is soft. E3 is soft.
Yeah,
I don't like E3. Go for E4. Like, Black was lacking coordination and he was down in development. You know what Black should do now? Go E5, E4 himself or not? No, then he has bishop D5 check. which is
Right.
annoying.
Yeah,
I
actually, a
miss that.
very good little nuance there is that throwing in bishop d5 check and before knight c2, because if black gets e4, the bishop looks a bit suspect. Still good for white, but throwing in bishop d5 check first, then you can move your knight, and your bishop is extremely
But-
happy in the central
By the
square.
way, was there any like this prediction thing for this match? Like usually Chess.com has a prediction meter or something, right? With
Yeah, they have
odds and stuff.
the smarter chess predictions, but they're only
Yeah,
dumber
yeah,
chess
so-
predictions for this tournament.
What do you mean?
You're asking for too much, Vidit. But what is your prediction? If I asked you, it's 1-1 right now. What's your prediction for the rest of this match?
It's a good question.
Oh, see, you wanted other people to answer the question, but now that I put it on you, you're not sure.
We can ask the chat who's the favorite. We can take
Okay.
a poll, you know.
Okay.
Like, who are they
think that's a
rooting
good
for?
idea.
Who are they rooting for?
But that's different. Who's the favorite versus who they're rooting for? Right? It's a little bit different.
Okay, I'll ask who are they rooting for, you know, who's their favorite. And
Okay.
then we say that what's the actual ratio. That makes sense, right?
Yep. And well, let's talk about this game here. What's making sense to you? Because the last couple of moves, white has been a little bit slower pace, playing e3.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think black is completely fine.
I still prefer white's position.
E4,
And-
right? Still go E4.
Yes, I would still play for e4. And the reason why I like white's position is because I do feel like the side that has easier pawn mobility is a side I tend to prefer. Like if you play e5 for black, we talked about this d5 square. Whereas white can play f4 or e4, ideas like this that don't seem to have the same repercussions. And the two bishops are not a huge advantage here like they are in some other lines. All right, h4.
I was just thinking, like, the last few moves which Tania has played, she has gone back and forth with knight b5, knight d4. Really shows that she doesn't know what plan she should do. And she played h4, and I don't like that move, actually.
Well,
Eventually, there'll be some f4, and, you know, the h4 pawn will be weak.
Yep.
So this game, I think Levy is the favorite for sure.
I agree. And the bishop on c5 now looks very strong. The knight, it went from to d4 to b5, back to d4, back to c2. Like that knight needs to find a real home. And so far, it's just been dilly-dallying in not a very good way. And the bishop on c5 is so strong because it protects d6. It makes all of white's attacking pieces look like nothing.
Yeah.
And f4 comes in. That bishop on c5 is about to wreak havoc on the white king.
Look at the knight on c2, you know. At one point, it was the hero. It was going to b5. And now it's like the worst piece possible.
It's never fun when you go from hero to zero. It's just, that's a bad night. Do you
So
think
b6 now? He should play quickly. Play b6.
Right.
A5 pawn is hanging. White to like give some chance. Maybe he's thinking of f4, but yeah, why do you need it? b6 is right. Good.
Do you play king h2 or something for white just to, get out of this potential pin?
You know, I really dislike white's position. It's very hard to come up with a move. I would actually tempt black to play f4.
Right. So you can open
then
up
I'll have some queen c3 and stuff. Knight e1 is that a good move to go to d3 actually?
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
Okay,
so let's go for it. Okay, it's heating up. Now it'll be fun.
So do you take on f4 and then play knight to d3, or do you kind of leave it?
So you have to take on f4, ef4 takes, and then you have queen c3 check, don't you?
Yeah, and queen g7, I guess.
Okay,
actually,
you're okay with
I agree with you.
queens.
Then play knight d3. If you trade the queens off and try to take,
or just play king h2. You know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take your dark square. Bishop d6 is weak. The bishop on d7 is behind it. I think that at the very least, white should be okay there. So
I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if white is okay. Because
I feel totally sure that white is okay.
Okay. Then it has to be.
It's gonna happen. Watch it happen. Queen. There it is.
Queen f6. Queen f6. Black should go queen f6, not queen g7, because then you keep the d6 pawn protected in the end.
Whoa.
Rook f6.
Doesn't knight d3 just super strong now?
Fg, knight c5, and then you take fg and the rook is pinned.
Yep, you can't take the
rook
check
f6.
here because that would be devastating.
I don't like rook f6 at all.
Rook f6 is not a good move.
So it was mixed actually in the chat. They're rooting for both. King h1?
King h1?
No.
What?
Bishop g4 now, or what? What did?
Help me out here. What has happened in the last few moves?
Why do you ask such tough questions?
Because I'm not here to make your life easy. I'm here to get to the true understanding of this game of chess. Knight d3.
No, king h1. No, f3. F3 you lose.
Oh my gosh,
f3. F3 is busted.
It wins the bishop.
F3 is gone. Yeah, it's gone.
Oh my gosh.
Does he not see it?
No, he found it. He found it. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's resignable.
No, actually, this is good. No, this is a good chance. This is the best chance she has. Take on g7, take on c5, take on d6. It's losing. We both know it's losing, but this is the best chance she has, relatively speaking. Just try to take all the pawns you can.
I think it's good that she resigned.
I don't think it's good that she resigned. I think you got to play it out. Take a couple pawns and hope that it works.
Bishop h3, and rook f2 and rook b3, everything.
Hey, Vidit, I know it's losing. You don't have to convince me. I'm just saying, when it comes to Blitz, sometimes you just have to play it out. John Bartholomew won a game against David Pruis where he was completely lost because he survived long enough. David got in time trouble and ended up losing on time. So I'm just throwing it out there. You don't seem to agree with me. Black has won every single game thus far. That's what I've learned in this.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't notice that. That's a good statistic.
Black is 3-0. So let's see if Levy with the white pieces can score a point with white. Here, a very calm setup, a Trompovsky attack. He's probably going to play f4, knight f3, pawn c3, play a slow, steady approach.
Are you ready for your first pun of the day?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So, it's not mine. Someone anonymous sent it. Okay.
Okay.
So, what is the favorite strategy of a person who has OCD?
Favorite tell me.
Double check.
Oh, look at you go. Look at you go. Oh, man.
It's not mine, though. I would have been very happy if it was mine, but yes. Shout out to the guy who made this pun.
That is adorable. And the chat loves it. They're happy. Your pun game is strong. Do you think you're a super GM when it comes to puns? What's your level?
I'm trying. I try. I'm like 1900.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I will make more puns throughout it, and then you rate me in the end. Rate my pun game.
Okay, I'll definitely give you a rating. Also, I'm being criticized for not taking a guess. I had no idea what you were going to say, so good on you.
Actually, it's better if you don't guess it. Then the punch is more powerful.
Oh, well, see, there it is. I did the right thing. But speaking of the right thing, this is the most solid position you could possibly get, right? Like both sides have no true weaknesses, overprotecting this e5 square. I think Tania's doing the right approach by challenging that knight in the center, but I always hate this bishop on b7. I never feel good about it.
I think this bishop f6 and then going for stonewall, it looks nice now, but it's two bishops.
Right.
I have no clue. It's the good thing is in this match, I'm seeing the openings which I normally don't analyze. So for me, it's a new thing.
So you're learning is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm learning.
I'm glad I could be here to help teach you. So the move h4 was played because there's a fianchetto pawn structure on the king side. And when there's a fianchetto pawn structure, h4, h5, trying to maybe even offer some sacrifices on the g6 square. I don't know if you knew this, Vidit, but that's a common theme against the fianchetto.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like you're
so much?
Okay, I'm glad. So he takes Tania takes an e5, and Levy now takes back an f6. This is how you typically play against this, and Levy is hoping that h5 is in time, but I think Black can just ignore it and take on e5.
So, f6, h5 takes a g, e4, right?
Exactly. Just close this bishop off.
Don't you have knight e4, or it's nothing?
No, I see what you're trying to do.
Bishop c4 and...
You want me to play bishop d5. You want me to play bishop d5 with queen h5. Threatens this and threatens checkmate, but I will not do that.
For it.
I'll play king h8, and after queen h5, I'll play h6 and say, good luck checkmating me. You're not in time. But there's still an attack. You trade rooks, play rook f1, and the game continues, but I'm not... Maybe actually this looks more dangerous than I originally thought, but I do believe Black is better here.
Someone just wrote in the chat, if more pawns come, I changed the channel. So it's just
Well, I'm not sure we want that person in the channel, so maybe they should change it. So
okay,
queen
queen
g4.
So now you take on e5. Do you take back? I guess you do.
Probably have to, right? Or you just, yeah, I mean, f takes e5 looks pretty good, right?
Then I take back. Queen g4 is a good move, I must say.
So you're just trying to get into e6.
Mm-hmm.
Looks annoying.
And
also,
then
you can,
if you go king h8, there's knight f3, knight g5 ideas.
Right, you could start with queen e6 check and then just trade rooks. Like there's always this idea to simply trade rooks, and I don't know how black will take back, but then rook f1, and it's a very quick initiative.
It does make sense. It does make sense.
So would you start with a different move, like a bishop c8 looks weird?
I would just take back on e5, and the less forced it is, I like it because you have to think for more time. Yeah, he goes d.
Yep.
It's very unpleasant to play this position with black, I must say.
Right, because h5 is a very potent threat. Yeah, I agree with you. So can black play queen c8? You take on f8 probably. Can I play queen c7 maybe? Just go for your e5 pawn, but are you going to queen e6, knight g5 me at some point?
Sorry, what did you say? I missed it. I was reading the chat actually.
Oh, I was thinking, can I play queen c7 in this position just to like attack your e5 pawn?
It's a good move. Knight. So okay, doesn't matter now. Queen c8 has been played.
Okay.
Can you go rook f8?
Exactly what I was.
Same idea of what you wanted. I've seen that when there is a direct attack, Tania feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Even like when black had gone h5, h4 in the first game, she didn't react well.
Yeah, I think
a direct attack. I think she doesn't like to face that. She's more like of a solid player.
Yeah, and there's also something said about like not playing too much blitz. When you get under attack, your first instinct is to protect your king rather than to counter. And queen g3, wasn't expecting that. Now queen c7.
Queen c7.
Maybe queen e6 even. Queen e6, just get on that square and attack.
And knight f3, I would even take a rook f3 if needed.
Oh, I'm playing d4.
Just go for it.
I'm playing d4.
Why not rook f3? Rook f3 is cool, Robert.
But I'm not.
It's a cool move.
Yeah, it is cool. You're trying to get e5 and you've tried to close everything down. I agree, Vidit. I just want to have my own time to shine for once. You're too good.
Do you think it would happen though? Do you think it would happen?
Hey, queen e6 played though.
Yeah, queen e6, knight f3.
All right, d4 is also a bad move, so maybe that shouldn't be played because that opens
d4
up.
You just lose a pawn.
It loses the pawn and it opens the diagonal for some.
And this knight g5.
Yeah. So
you lost the right to roast.
Oh, I love sacrificing other people's pieces. I always do it. Can you play like rook f7 instead of rook takes f3 and just like double your rooks?
Oh, I saw the comment which says that Levy looks like Harry Potter, doesn't he?
There have been comments about that.
Similarities.
Yeah, there's some.
Knight g5 now. Knight g5 now. Oh, there's a nasty trick. Queen e5. You exchange queens. Knight f7. Rook f7, bishop f6, and rook a f1. King g8, rook f6, and b7 bishop is hanging in the end.
I just showed everybody that line very quickly. Awesome. That's a nice line. There's a bishop hanging on b7. I told you I hated
h5 in the end. Also, there's h5 in the end. So white should go knight g5.
So knight g5. Yep.
Sorry, I meant like after rook f1, if you remove the bishop from b7 to c6, for example, then you have h5.
Yeah. You're just crashing through. So he played h5 to begin with.
I think there are some positions where Tania has to be very concrete, and she's not doing it. Like in the last game, she played e3 instead of e4. And even now, king h8 was that kind of a move.
But I like bishop h6. I might not have liked king h8, but I do like bishop h6.
True. I would go knight g5.
Yep.
Or would you take on g6? It's a puzzler.
If you take on g6, I think there's bishop takes e3 intermezzo, so I think this was the right move order. Because I don't know what black really does here. The threat of h6, g6, if you take on h5, you're just opening up the queen to the h7 square.
But h6 in the end. And then you have bishop g6. King G7, Bishop F5, and it should be lost. Good one.
Yep, just a quick attack.
So now Queen G8. What? D4? No.
Oh, we have our first checkmate and one blunder of the day.
No, I think it's slipping away.
Oh,
The entire game was.
that was a tough one.
But you know, of all the people, I'm the least one to get embarrassed about missing a mate in one.
You know,
If nobody knows, I've missed mate in one twice in my life. So.
See, I was never going to say anything.
I support Tania on this. Yeah.
You're the one who brought it up, not me. I'm sorry. I can't really say I've missed checkmate in one move. I'm just going to throw that out there. So that's a you.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something. Now that it's 3-1 in Levy's favor, that's not that big of a lead, right? That changes in Blitz match.
I feel how the games are going. You know, I feel the trend is towards he's dominating. I think that's what I feel.
How about this game? He's down 30 seconds on the clock, and it's only move 9.
Okay, doesn't matter. 30 seconds here and there.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. I agree with you that Levy in that last game was actually quite impressive by Levy. There were some missed opportunities for both, but
good.
He sustained the momentum. He really was in charge that whole game. And Tania right now with the white pieces here, she's facing this Dutch that Levy keeps trotting out here, and White's position is very solid. She's gone for an aggressive approach. She needs to be a bit careful about her d4 pawn. Right? That's the whole idea of what Black is going for is if you take on e4, f takes e4, and then down goes your d4 pawn once your knight on f3 has to move.
True. Queen d3, I would. Queen d3, then you take on c3, e5. I think Dutch is a good choice by Levy. Even I played Dutch against Tania in Pro Chess League. Because, you know, it keeps a lot of pressure, not many exchanges.
Yep. Yeah, it's very hard to figure out the exact path forward because when you face the Dutch, you're told it should be good for White because you just touch your golden pawn, your f7 pawn on the first move, and there should be some weaknesses that White can exploit, but it's actually very difficult in practice. And this is a good example of that. There are tactical elements here that White needs to be careful about.
Everyone thinks that whenever I'm drinking from this, it's vodka. So.
I don't know what you're drinking. I wasn't making any judgments regardless, but I'm glad you're quenching your thirst. That's very important. So let's see. Queen d3, you suggested.
Yeah, she's taking so much time. You know, I think you should not take more than like a minute and a half, right? It's usually a bad idea in such time control.
Well,
it's like thinking for 50 minutes in classical game, equivalent to that 40 to 50 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, the line you point out, Queen d3, Knight c3, Queen c e5. Sure, Black may be okay, but just take on e5 and continue the game there. And there's no real tremendous risk in White's position just yet. So the real risk is getting in time trouble and then not having adequate amount to deal with the complications that arise. So just play Queen d3. Just go for it.
True. I think this game is really important for Tania. If she loses this, it would be very hard psychologically to come back.
Right. Being down 3 games in a match where your opponent is the favorite in bullet is not the recipe the doctor ordered. What else can you play here besides Queen d3, by the way?
Bishop d2. That's your answer. She answered it.
But
not a bad move though, no?
She spent 2 minutes and 10 seconds on that move.
Really? Oh, yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Like, even if the move is fine, it's bad when you spend 2 minutes to make it. That's how these matches end up working because it's a blitz game.
Mm-hmm. But Bishop d2, I mean, at least she played a good move after this long thing. So that's Bishop d2 questions how do you play with Black, right?
Right, because you protect the knight on c3, and now knight takes d4 is by knight d4, bishop d4, knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, and some kind of bishop takes e4 at the end of it. And essentially, White regains the pawn and has some momentum in the position. So I agree. I think it is a good move. But I just wish she had played it more quickly for her sake more than anything.
You're wishing for a lot of things, Robert.
You know, I'm a very hopeful person. How about rook a3 here? Are you just going to go knight b5 and...
Yeah, knight b5 now. I don't like rook a3. Somehow... It's possible though. Not knight b5. What do you do? Rook a2.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get active here. Attack your knight on c3.
I would play e3 or something, or go bishop e1.
Right. So just kick the rook and then move.
And black is also thinking for like minute and a half already. So rook a3 it is. So minute and a half think.
They call me the Levy whisperer because I don't know if you noticed these crazy moves that I've suggested, they happen. And Levy is doing as I have recommended, which is probably not a good thing. So queen c1. That makes sense. Just attacking the rook. Is there some kind of knight takes d4 now? So knight takes d2 played.
Queen d2. What? Knight d2?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
No, it's not a bad move, but just queen d2 looked more normal.
Yeah, this doesn't look normal, but the rook on a3 is under attack. So
yeah, and rook c3 is not so clear. Queen c3, knight d4.
oh.
Okay, so he goes back. e3, e5, b5, knight b3. Okay, d5.
She's gonna play c5.
I don't like d5. I don't like d5. Now you have this King's Indian kind of. You should go f4. Just close this for once and all.
Here comes e4.
e4.
And now it's getting really complicated, but the
Knight
d5
c4,
pawn.
right?
Well, I want to play knight c4, but I'm worried about the d5 pawn just being lost, right? Knight c4, you play dc5, bc5, knight takes d5, and I wasn't sure that I'm regaining anything here.
Okay, dc, I would even go rook d1.
Well, you are happy to sacrifice other people's pieces. You're learning from me. This is great. I'm happy. But yeah, I knew that eventually she would take on d6, which is not a bad move. But the bad part about it is you've opened up some lines for black's pieces. When you had a pawn on c5 and a pawn on c7, it was just much more active for white. Now there's clarity in the position, and that should help black's chances more than anyone.
Rook d1. You know, she's playing soft here, I think. cd and then rook d1. Yep. I feel it's soft. I mean, if she wanted to do this, she should have gone rook d1 directly, because after knight d5, there was knight d4 tactic.
Yeah.
So black couldn't take on d5. So cd was a mistake.
For sure. CD, it's too accommodating, for sure.
Okay, now knight b3, knight d4. Stop this diagonal.
No, but it doesn't work. Knight b3, rook c8, knight d4, knight takes d5, and there's a pin down the c file.
Okay, I would take on d5. Go for it.
Yeah, I knew you were going to sacrifice. Look at you. You're just sacrificing all the pieces. I love it. I'm a big fan of your sacrificial mindset, but it wasn't going to happen. So knight e2 played, trying to meet rook c8 with queen to a3. So if I'm black, I'm
knight
trying
e2.
to get rook f to c8. Like that would just trap the queen. If I could
now
jump
bishop
over
a4, right? Sorry.
Bishop a4? Oh, gosh.
Knight b3. You go for knight b3 and then queen d2.
So you're sort of weaseling your way out of it, and the knight on e2 is about to land on e6, right? Knight. Whoa. Okay, I'm waiting for knight f4, knight e6. That's like the dream.
Knight f4 is a good find. I didn't see knight f4.
So queen a3. Wait, this is starting to turn around. It feels like.
Tilt.
Here it goes. You can't easily take on d5 at any moment because queen a2 will pin that knight to the. Oh my.
d5.
So knight f4 is by rook c3.
Rook c3. Right? That's nice. And then you kind of lose material.
Yeah, but then I have knight b3. I don't know. This is like weird. Yeah, everything's getting weird.
That's the word.
But there's no time here for Tania.
Then you go queen a8. You know, after knight b3, you go queen a8, threatening bishop b3. That's pretty cool, no?
Yeah,
you can't save it.
Here it comes. Wait, but actually, rook c3 is a queen b2.
Oh, rook e3, queen g7.
Yes, exactly.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. King g7, knight e6, king f6. Doesn't work.
All right. You're
queen a2? No, rook c2. Oh no, queen a2 was bad.
Yeah, this
queen a2 was.
Oh, there's one hope that you get knight e6 takes g7 and queen c3 check at the end. So black needs to put the queen on the c file after knight e6.
Knight e6, queen c8. Knight e6, queen c8.
I'm aware, but if you don't put a queen on the c file, then that's when blunders happen.
Yeah, but you know, you go queen b6 or something, knight g7, rook d5, doesn't matter.
No, but then white.
Then knight e6. Oh, then knight e6. Sorry. Okay, so queen d7. At least black should go
queen c8 is the move.
Of course.
I mean, queen d7 also looks very good now that you talk about it. Just don't play queen b6 or queen. What? Knight takes g7.
Oh no, what's
He walked
happening?
He walked right into it. We were just
My
discussing
God.
this.
This was the only trick in the entire position.
Oh no, that's how you turn a win into, I think, just a bad position now. Because even if you win the d5 pawn, I'm worried about black's king. So objectively, I think black should be okay still, but it's a very risky looking position. And Levy's face is like, oh, I totally missed that. Whoa. Wait, what?
What is happening?
Bishop f3?
That's such a turnaround. No? Oh, my God.
Wow.
I think I would have played rook b2. Just stop this d2 idea.
Bishop d1? Just put that bishop there.
d2. Rook f1. You have rook f1.
You're such a little trickster. Rook f1. Don't play rook e2. There.
95. 95. Is it
Rook
so
B,
clear?
Rook
anymore?
b2.
Rook.
Wait, no, this is too passive. She lost. Oh
92.
no. Oh no. Did it. No.
It pains.
It really
No.
hurts. Because she tricked him. She made her way out of it. And then, unfortunately, if we bring up the analysis board, the next thing's to get underway, we'll bring back the analysis board. We'll just talk about this moment here where the D pawn was still threatening. She'd won an exchange. After knight takes c8, rook takes c8, bishop f3, rook c8. And you were saying that you would just play rook to d2 and stop the pawn once and for all. I agree with that. I think that is a good strategy. But after even what she did with bishop d1, pawn d2, rook f1, knight takes d5, if she plays rook to b2 here, she wins the pawn on d2. Like black cannot protect that pawn. And so it's just a winning position for white, regardless of an exchange.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch.
Yeah, that's
I mean, yeah. What can I say?
I'm going to go to the live game because I can't look at that position anymore. It's too painful. But unfortunately for Tania, who she had a bad start to that game and she was being outplayed the entire way, she found that one tactical resource. And Levy was like, uh-oh, like this is going south very quickly. She had the chance to, cut the deficit to 3-2. And instead she blundered that one away. And Levy is very fortunate to have a 4-1 lead.
I think we need one more pun.
One more pun. I'm ready. What's the pun?
Okay, again, it's not mine. It's made by the comedian, in that show. But I'm sure you have not heard it. So it's just for you.
Okay.
So why is the light squared bishop so fast?
Because it moves at the speed of light?
No, because it's on f1.
Oh my gosh, that is... I thought I had a good answer. I thought I had a little, punny response to your pun, but that's a good one.
That's why he's a comedian and I'm not.
And I like the chat saying, thanks for the pun warning, Vidit. I turned the volume down.
I think he's the same guy who said that he's going to leave the channel. I think it's the same guy.
Yeah, you just went full Michael Schumacher on me, and I don't know if I appreciate it. But your puns are good. They're gold. I'm happy to be the person that you bounce them off of. And all right, so b5 97. I think that black's position is generally speaking fine here. I tend to like having the bishop pair, and bishop b2 trying to break open the long diagonal is something to look forward to, but it's not very easy to accomplish.
You know what? There's a game, I think, of Hare Krishna, where it goes bishop b2, long castle with white, and just blasts open on the king side. It's a very good game. I don't know why I mentioned that, but just...
I approve of your self-reflection. You're like, I don't really know why I'm talking about this, but I'm going to keep talking about it anyway. And well, when you look at this position, Vidit, you see that white has
liberty
the two bishops
and freedom of expression.
That's true.
Right there.
I am happy that you feel free to talk about whatever you would like in front of me. This is a true friendship here. But what I was going to ask you is, in these positions, when you look at it, right, white has the bishop pair, black has the head in development. What kind of plans should we be looking at so that the viewers can take something away from this?
With black?
With either side, but particularly with black, because I don't really know.
One of the things we're just thinking of is to play knight g6.
Yep.
And go like knight e4, knight g5. Try to play on the king side,
Mm-hmm.
white is sooner or later going to play d4, then you play e4 and try to get like knight g6, knight h4. You know what I mean, right? Some King's Indian type of attack. That's what I mean.
For sure. And I think d3 is played so that e4 can come and the bishop will land on the king side, this dark square bishop. But when you play...
I like d3 because knight e4 was an annoying threat.
Yep. And h6, again, that's one of those moves you're talking about.
Yeah, again, it's very slow. It's not in the spirit of the position. That's
in fact, I think it's counterproductive because if white plays h3, g4, and then g5, sometimes white doesn't have to castle because the king is very safe in the center. And now white can actually go back to bishop b2 ideas with h3 and g4 and open up the king side. So h6 is a hook that helps white's potential attack.
Sure.
So a4 played. Can bishop h7, just trying to get the bishop out of the way so e4 ideas don't come with the tempo. But black needs to break something open. And that sounds counterintuitive when your opponent has the bishop pair. Bishops love open space, but the knights are so cramped on f6 and e7. It's not like the rooks and the queen are doing anything for black, and he castles kingside here. So I'm looking at some moment for e4 as a strike for black. Like, give me some space, please, Vida. You're suffocating me.
You want to play e4 with black?
I just want something to do.
But doesn't it open like, you know, the diagonal from b2 to g7? I'm not sure.
I know what it does, and I'm happy to deal with the repercussions because I don't see what else goes on here.
You want to at least get some play, something to look forward to.
Thank you. You get me. Because psychologically, it's very difficult when you know your worst and also have no ideas. But maybe Tania's trying to play c6, I guess, but I don't know what c6 accomplishes. Oh, okay. I don't like that move.
c5 is horrible, no? Why?
Here comes the
knight. Why would you play c5? Just play bishop b2.
Yeah, that move.
Your position.
That move came very unexpectedly, and I'm not a fan of it.
Now, you know, there's a chance that black might even get better. Yes. Just putting it out there. But queen a3.
Queen where?
B3. Okay, queen b3 is also possible. Now, do you think you would take on c5?
I was just highlighting that pawn. I would certainly consider it
because... is nasty. Threatening knight f4. That's tricky. Oof. Tania is tricky.
I'm going to show that. Like, if you play h3, knight f4, queen takes e6, knight takes e2, check, intermezzo, and then I take the queen back and I'm up a piece. So Tania going for a nice tactical approach.
I really like queen e6.
Me too, because it's not just like going for a cheapo tactic. It protects e5, so the threat is actually d takes c5 as well, to just win a pawn. So it's a multi-purpose move that I simply like.
See, that's why I wanted queen a3.
Yes, because the queen
c5 is such a bad move.
Yeah, because when you have a position where you're squeezing your opponent, you have the bishop pair, there's no reason to let those knights out. I was just talking about how the knights had no space. They were very much cramped. And while c5 allows immediately black to jump into this position and have full life. And look at the time advantage, by the way. Up a minute. Oh, no. Now queen a3.
And if we have like 5,500 people who have joined us, that's pretty cool.
Well, I appreciate every single one of them, except if Danny Wrench is watching. Is he here? Then we could lose that viewer. But
knight
queen
b4
a3
now, right?
Yeah, knight b4, going to c2 with a fork. And there it is.
Yeah.
And Tania's also playing much.
Yeah.
She's playing much more quickly this game too. And there's an ambulance. I don't know if you can hear that. I've moved. I'm in a new apartment from where I have commentated for the last bunch of years.
You have moved? Where did you move to?
Where did I move to? I'll tell you that later because I don't want the public knowing my address or anything like that.
So many fan mails you get, right?
But I will tell you later, when we're not in front of all these viewers because I don't want everybody knowing where I live. But I'm in New York City still. So
city. I meant city.
Oh, I'm in New York City still.
Okay.
So
knight b4, he's down to 40 seconds.
Oh,
CD? What?
Wait, knight. Can I just go knight c2?
You have b3 square in the end. Oh no. What? Knight c2, queen a2, or no, queen c3, no. Knight a1,
knight b3,
knight b3, bishop a3, and the knight is trapped.
Oh, that's actually really sneaky.
Tricky. That's tricky. Levy is tricky.
Okay.
Tricky Lev.
So rook fc8, knight takes c5. Knight takes c5 maybe. Oh, but actually rook fc8, knight e5, knight d5 is possible because your knight is needs.
I thought bishop d1. Bishop d1, right? Now I would play knight d4. ED and then knight d5 or
You are
Or you
so
took
good.
directly knight d5. I
You're
don't know.
so good. Just creating some weaknesses here.
I have no clue if it's good, but thank
It
you.
looks good to me. So that's all. That's all the confirmation you need.
All it matters today.
Yes. So knight d5 should be good as
You
well.
boost
Right?
my ego throughout the stream, and that's why I've joined it, right? That's the
Well,
plan.
I mean, if we just go back in the history of you commentating, I was the one who roped you in initially. So I brought you into this thing just so I could boost your ego.
Knowing
So
my low self-esteem, you correctly
well, I
did the
hope
right
your
thing.
self-esteem isn't low because there's no reason it should be. But if it
I'm
is
just
low,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll be that friend that you need. You know, lean on me when you're not strong. I will be your friend.
D4
all right.
is such a... Oh, no. Why D4?
I don't know. You're asking the tough questions.
You all of E4. You
Um,
could have played bishop B2, attacking D5, also covering rook C3.
yep. So bishop b2 was an option. d4, what? Whoa, what? Bishop
My
d3.
mind is blown.
I would never have thought of that move. But she's trying to go rook c3 or something? Or e4 first?
No, rook C3, right? That's the point.
But
bishop D3.
Why was that necessary?
Queen D2 now. Queen.
Well, white has 5 seconds.
Oh, but queen B2 and rook C3, E4, yeah? There was this tactic.
Yeah, but white has 5 seconds, so I don't really blame anything that goes wrong at this point.
No, but black could have played better.
You know, I agree with that for sure. So what is black going to do in this one? The rook on a3 is really weirdly placed. Do you just bring it back to c3 at some point, or you play rook c8? There's bishop g4 of the rook c8, so watch out for that.
Yeah. I think now I would just take white. I think it's probably +2 in this position.
+2?
Yes. That's,
no.
I'll just throw it out there.
That's an incorrect assessment. Wait, 15 seconds.
If someone can verify it, I don't know.
15 seconds.
Queen B2.
All right, so queen.
And now bishop F3. Bishop F3 loses 1-0.
Well, queen D6 I was suggesting instead of...
Yeah, but...
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. What move can you even play to keep this one going? No.
No, nothing. You cannot do anything. It's too late.
Wait, 2 seconds. It's a bullet game. Don't counter out yet.
Oh, yeah, it's time. The time factor.
Pure bullet. No, you put me a rook. No. No. Oh, no. This isn't going well for Tania. Like in all these moments here where she's outplaying her opponent. Oh, that's frustrating.
Bishop D3, I think she missed queen D3. I don't think she saw that it's hanging, queen D3. I don't think she planned to take rook C3 and rook A3.
Right.
It was just...
But you played rook C3 first and then put your bishop on D3. Like there was no need to play this fancy
I think she just blundered queen D3.
So like we'll bring up the analysis board just to highlight them one more time. And it's not to call these players out or anything. It just goes to show that sometimes when you're not in your absolute best form, you make these unnecessary decisions. And in that last game, to play after D4, bishop D3 was completely unnecessary. You're giving away your bishop for no real reason. Starting with rook C3 is perfectly fine. Black is up in exchange for just one pawn. So it's a rook for a dark square bishop and a pawn. And all of these moves look good, but bishop D3 was just so unnecessary, and the game went south from her after that. So an unfortunate decision by Tania. She had so much time before playing that move.
How much time is left, by the way, for this first section?
8.5 minutes. So 8.5 minutes left.
So it's probably the last game, right? It's the last game before.
It depends how long this game goes, but they have been playing very, very long games. All of these games feel like they're down to the waning seconds. And she needs this game, that's for sure. She's spending a lot of time in the opening, but she has this sort of ready position that should be relatively straightforward in terms of ideas. But the problem when you play this for white is you're still looking for some kind of advantage. And B3, I think, is a good choice. Maybe try and go bishop A3, but knight A6 to B4 is always possible to meet this idea with. And queen D6 as well, just protecting E5 and stopping bishop A3. So, Vidit, what's your experience like in these type of positions?
I like black. I like center. I'm a old school person. I like center. And I don't like this hyper modern stuff where you play around the center. I'm the guy who has the center and then a maneuver, I'm that kind of a player.
Okay, so you're the type of guy who wants all your pawns in the center. You just want
I want
to,
all the good things in life.
I mean, I don't blame you. It's a little bit selfish, but I don't blame you. And here's knight a6. So the knight
bishop b2, d4.
Yes, just close it down on the diagonal, and then you can play knight to b4, pawn c5. You can choose how to continue on the queen side for black.
Go d4. Go d4. Yeah.
There it is.
Now I would like to play e3, somehow get that break in.
Yep, but you can't do that with your d3 pawn just yet.
I think one of the things Tania should do is she's like, when she gets, now she'll play some move which will not be, how to put it, very concrete, It will just be like a normal move, like rook e1 or h3, a3, something like this. I think she'll play rook e1 or a3, I feel.
Do you think there's a false sense of security when you play 5-minute?
Because She played a3.
Yeah, which is a move that you and I would play pretty much instantly. But my question is, when you play 5-minute, do you feel a false sense of security? Because typically when you play Blitz, it's 3-minute. So now you're like, oh, I have so much time to think, so I might as well spend a minute on a move here and there.
I think what happens is you compare your time with your opponent. If you're too low on time, then you kind of start to play fast. But as long as you both have same time, you both are in the same rhythm, that's what you care about. I don't think it's the right approach, but it's one of the things which happens.
Yep. That's, I think, a fair assessment. And c5 by Levy, he's playing good moves quickly at this point because you're stopping this b4 push. And the problem in these type of structures for white is the knight on d2 and knight on f3 stepping on each other's toes. The bishop on g2 should be your best piece, but you can't really open up that diagonal because where's the knight on f3 going? Nowhere that I see. But queen c2.
Just to notice, I just noticed right now that the first move was d3. Was it a mouse slip?
Probably.
She wanted to play d4 and she played d3.
Probably.
I just forgot about that.
I didn't even notice that. You're good to call that out. It's a d3 on the first move. She's a d4 player, not a d3 player. Probably a mouse slip. But we're in a position now where for white, you have to do something. Otherwise, you're just getting squeezed. So some kind of rook e1, e3, and she plays e3 first.
E3.
Yeah, I guess,
one of the strategies could be just play fast, like play intuitively now,
Right.
But it's very hard to do that when you're losing games until you come to a stage where you're like, I don't care what happens. I'll just play.
That's what David Pruitt said yesterday.
You have confidence. Sorry?
No, that's what David Pruitt said yesterday. He was saying that he was losing like the first 4 games. He lost all 4. So then I didn't have confidence in myself to move quickly.
True.
So I think if she's able to score a victory in one of these games, when we see the 3-minute time control, she will be more confident and ready to play.
I see that she's playing faster. So that's good.
C takes
I would
D4.
play CD, and then C5. I would go with white.
Yep.
Get some space. Otherwise, you'll just get squeezed.
That's a very, very important inclusion for white because if CD4, you make some other move, the knight comes to C5. Black has all the space in the world. But if you can play C5 first as white, try to play rook C1, knight C4 at some moment, get your knight involved.
Also, there's B4, but I'm not sure, if it's working. Nah, I don't think B4. B4 is too much. C4.
There it is. So even if she played D3 by accident, she has a good feel for this position.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So now bishop E6, knight C4, right?
Yep.
Queen E7 makes sense.
Rook B to C1, I guess.
Queen E7 is a good move, I must say. But can you play knight C4 still? Knight C5, knight B6, or it's too much? What do you think?
Well, the thing is, knight C4 I might take with a queen on C5, which is what I'm worried about.
I would still go like B4.
Right. But I think what she's aiming for is just rook F to E1 because there is going to be tension on this E5 pawn.
But what if bishop E6 now?
Then
Sorry
rook
to
E1.
cut you off. Yeah.
No, you're totally fine. Bishop E6, rook F E1, and there are some problems down the E file.
Yeah, there is some knight C4, knight E5 ideas.
Exactly. I'm trying to get my other knight into the action to go after E5.
At least now white has something to play. Like there's a clear-cut plan, and my coach used to say that if you know your next 2-3 moves, your position is probably fine. So one rule of thumb.
What if one of your next 3 moves is to resign?
That is the exception to the rule.
Okay, well, I just wanted to let everybody know that there are principles and then there are laws.
There are principles and there are principles which are made by me. So not everything is right.
That's fair. So I'm just checking. But rook fe1, she's playing this quickly, and she's now actually up almost a minute on the clock.
I like that. You just play fast. Just play fast.
And if you're Levy here, you're like, wait, is knight c4 coming? Do I really have to be worried about that? Or is the c5 pawn too weak? Plays rook c8, knight c4. Just throw knight c4 in.
No, but knight c5. Knight b6.
No, b3
What's
is
happening? What's happening?
Well, the b3 pawn is hanging in those lines, right? Knight c4, knight c5, knight b6, like even knight takes b3 and
You know, there's a very cool line. So knight c4, knight c5, knight f e5, knight e5, knight e5, bishop, knight b3. I go queen c8.
Yeah. Oh.
Rook c8, bishop c8, bishop d5 check.
Yep.
If bishop e6, I have knight g6.
You're such a demon.
Yeah,
I don't even think this works.
King f8, knight g6.
No, after bishop e6, knight g6 is h6, g6.
Rook e6.
And then queen c5.
Okay, I have bishop b3.
Yeah, the game continues, but black is still up some material, right?
That was such a cool line.
I'm sorry to ruin it for you. You know, I think I have good ideas, and then you just find better ideas. So for once, and here it comes. Now g6 is weak. There's a huge difference here. She played h4.
H4 was so tricky.
She changed it
was so tricky.
because the pawn on h7 no longer protects g6.
That was so tricky. I like
Wow, I love that. That was devious. I'm here for it.
This game is so important for her to stay in the match.
Yep. She needs this game. And actually, this is going to be the last game of this. Well, unless they finish in like 20 seconds, this will be the last game of the 5-minute portion. Queen d2 played, getting out of the c file.
I would just take on c4, you know. I would not care at this point if I'm giving up the bishop. I would just take away that knight. So annoying. Yeah,
this knight is a real pesky piece. And bishop takes c4. How would you take back? Because either the b pawn or the rook. I would take the b pawn, I think. But I don't know. I'm just trying to get some sort of advantageous situation.
What? After bishop c4, you take with the b pawn?
I don't really know what to take with.
You got scared when I asked it, like, you know, am I getting judged for that move? You know,
yeah,
my expression was like that.
I felt judged, so I had to be like, hey, maybe, you know, it's just what I'm looking at. But this is obviously logical because you're putting pressure on the c-file. The knight on a6 in particular is a bad piece.
I think queen d2 was a mistake. Maybe after this game, we can have a look at that position. Knight d4.
Whoa, yeah.
Knight d4, b6 is really bad move. Knight d4, go for it. Or knight d5.
No, knight d4, knight takes d4.
Yeah, rook c8.
Then knight takes b3.
Oh, rook f8.
And I just take back on f8 and I take your rook on c1. Go me. I'm tricky.
She always likes to put this h4 pawn in. But knight e5, no?
I love h5. I just love it.
I don't like it h5.
No, it's awesome. It's distraction. Like, even if it's not good, it's so
knight
distracting.
e5 was winning for white. Come on. Knight e5 was winning for white.
Okay, but we're not trying to find all the winning moves. Look, this is still winning. Look at this.
Oh, look at the time. Black is really low on time. That too.
Exactly. That's why I loved h5.
Knight
it's a tricky move.
Knight g5.
Take on c6. This is...
If there is no bishop d3, white will win. I call it.
If there's no what?
Bishop d3, like in the last game. No moves like bishop
I was like, what's
bishop a3? Bishop a3. Go for it. Take the rook. Finish it.
You win the exchange. Oh.
Rook c4. No.
Bishop takes d4.
Still. Bishop.
Oh, no. Bishop a3 didn't go away, but this looks also really good. Just take on f4. What? No, don't take that one. Okay, still is good. That's how good her position is. That she can take all these.
Rook g6. Rook d6. Rook g6.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Just bring the rook in.
I don't understand what's happening. Why is she playing fast?
Because she's trying to flag him, and she did. See that? Did it? Stop questioning, Tania. That is the end of the 5-minute segment. I need a breather after these wild games. Nope, this game is not going to be a thing. They're boring the game. We're going to take a brief break. When we return, we'll have the 3-minute portion of this matchup between Levy Rozman and Tania Sachdev. Stay tuned. It's been a fun one, and it will continue to be a great time. And we welcome you back and just want to give some information about some upcoming events held on Chess.com. There is the European Online Chess Championship coming our way May 16th. That'll be a lot of fun. Look for details, how to sign up, how to get involved, and play some great chess. And of course, we have the premium arenas on Chess.com. Lots of money at stake for the members to take part in 2-hour Blitz marathons, 3-0 Blitz. And it should be great fun. You get to play the likes of some of the strongest players on the planet, including Hikaru Nakamura and all those guys. So they usually play. So should be fun. Stream away. Have a great time. And of course, there are the Title Tuesday events that happen on Chess.com every single Tuesday of that we'll see, typical cast of characters, including Fabiano Caruana, Maxime Bashir-Legrave, Hikaru Nakamura. And well, Vidit, I want to ask you today's daily question because we haven't asked it yet in general. But the question of the day is which of the I Am Not a GM participants will eventually earn the title of Grandmaster?
My heart says Danny Wrench.
But what does your brain say?
My brain says Alina Krashlinskaya.
Okay.
She has 2 GM norms, right? Already, I think.
Yep. She has 2 GM norms. I think she's around 2480, 2490. So she's right about that threshold. And I think that's a pretty safe and good guess. Just
for the record, my heart is with Danny. So,
that kind of hurts because if your heart's with Danny and not with me, so like, how does this work out?
My brain is with you, so
that makes you a very smart man. But if I had to answer that question, I think that Alina is a great choice, and Carissa Yip, because she's 16 years old. She became an international master. I
didn't know about her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she beat Ju in June with the Black Piece in the Cairns Cup, and she's proven her to be a mighty competitor at just 16 years old. So I think both of them are great choices. And well, games are underway. So we have Tania with the Black Pieces. And
E4, E6, I like that. She's trying to change her openings.
And she's playing quickly. So that's the first sign of improvement. Like, just go here. Just either take on F4 or don't, but don't spend 12 seconds thinking about whether to do that or not.
Okay. By the way, just for the record, if we hit 6,000 viewers, I'll tell a chess pun again. But until then, I'll zip it.
You know what? Part of the problem with saying at 6,000, the people in the chat are already watching, so they can't add to it. So the people who need to hear that are not hearing what you're offering. So I don't know what to do. Maybe the people here will relay that message to their friends.
Or if there is too much demand, then.
Oh man! So we have Bishop G3 here. Do not take on G3, and that's what White plays this move for, is that you take on G3 after H takes G3, the rook gets the open H file to launch
My question to you, what is the worst move that White can play if, let's say, Black plays Knight F6?
What is the worst move that White can play?
B3.
What'd you say?
B3.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to play Bishop C4 or something, something terrible.
No.
But the point is B3 allows Queen A5 check when the bishop is under attack, the king is in check, and typically you have Knight C3 to defend the bishop, but when you play B3, you lose defense of that square. So nice job, Vidit, teaching everybody a little tactical trick there. Thank you. I learned from you.
Knight E7 is a bit Bishop E2?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Bishop with the B5 and then went on a yo-yo string right back to E2. And the knight on E7 can go to F5 at some moment. So it's not like it's on a bad square here. I think that, why would you play Bishop E2 and then C3? Why not just play C3 right away?
Yeah, I don't get it. You know what? I'll try to predict the moves here on, just for fun, like what they will do, and see how right I can get.
Guess the move during Pro Chess League and all that, you would be dead last if you played Guess the Move right now.
Bishop B7, Knight D2. Okay. Knight F5. No, Queen C5.
So Knight F5 will be played at some point. Otherwise, what's this knight doing on E7? But there are many lines.
There is a very nice trick. There's a very nice trick. I think you win a pawn.
Show me.
If Black allows it. Like Bishop D6, Queen D6, DC. If BC, there was Knight E4.
Oh, you sneaky, sneaky man. The queen is under attack. The pawn can't take on E4. C5 goes down in flames. Look at you. Look at us. Just to steal a
Yes.
line from Paul Rudd. Wait, what about
Now,
knight takes
now
d4?
94. 94.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're on the same page. Let's go. We find tactics.
We
Knight takes
predicted
d4.
it. You know, I think Levy just did an eye roll after like 94. He was just like, what?
He was like,
What
what
was
is
that?
happening to me? That's a free pawn. I would play knight f6 check and just do it quickly. Just go. Sacrifice the knight here to open up the black king a little bit more because you're losing a pawn regardless, so you might as well just get rid of this knight.
Knight f6, right? You want
Yep.
to play.
Yeah.
But then take CD, rook d8.
Vin,
And then
I know,
go c1, yeah?
I
Just
know the
for
position's
tricks.
bad. The position is
Yeah.
bad. I'm with
Yeah.
you. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
You know, every time, you know, I say something, then you're like, look with it. Look, I know. Just stop talking. Look.
Do you feel chastised? Do you feel like I'm acting like a parent would?
No. It's just like, you know, the reaction chuckles me up. Yeah.
I mean,
Makes me chuckle, sorry.
I do what I can to make you laugh because when you laugh, the people win. That feels like a totally, you know, obvious thing. When Vidit is happy, the people are happy. And I feel like the chat will agree with that. So here's what we're aiming for. So wait, what is she thinking about? Is she not going to take... Wait! Why didn't she take the 94? Oh, there's some tricks here with like knight f5 coming where you win the piece if queen takes d4, but...
No, this queen a4.
And then, I don't have b5, yeah.
No,
Wait, why didn't she... What was wrong with bishop takes e4? Wasn't that just an extra pawn?
I'm trying to see if I'm missing something.
No, you're not. So let's stop. I don't want you to hurt your brain. You weren't missing anything. Bishop takes e4 was the move.
Okay, this is like, you know, you're getting so many opportunities and then you're letting it go. That's a pity.
The only time you should let it go is when watching Frozen. But right now, this is where black is still better, right? You can take on e4. Oh, you can't go rook d2 because your rook on a8's hanging. So nope. Ignore that idea. Queen e5. Does that do something?
Bishop f3.
And then bishop c6. But you...
Queen c2. I have queen c2 always.
Yeah. I'm trying. I'm grasping at straws, but I'm trying.
Look.
Yeah, look. How about queen c6 here? Just trade queens. Oh, queen c6 is probably good.
a6, you know, again, it's one of those moves which is not decisive enough. It's like typical a6 kind of moves, which I really don't like.
She's going to play knight c... No, now she's not going to play knight c6, but she was going to play knight c6. Ooh. Okay. Am I missing something?
No.
Okay.
You're not missing anything.
I needed your reassurance there because I wasn't expecting bishop takes e4.
Yeah, to give the bishop doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, they're low on time, so anything can happen.
Right. And
I don't have popcorn, but I do have grapes. So
not only anything can happen, everything will happen. b4. So c4. Oh.
We predict the moves and it's never happened.
Okay, rook c8. Rook c8 was better than...
b3. I predicted.
Knight f5. Yes,
rook d1.
we did it.
Rook d1. Rook
knight
d1,
takes g3. Knight g3. No!
Knight g3. You know, it can still happen on the next move. Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay. Knight g6.
Yo, she's doing knight h4 instead of knight back to e7 was better. That's for sure. Oh, I like that move, queen b4.
Queen b4, positional.
That's a great move. You take on b4, take with the a pawn. I cement your weakness on a2.
I think black will win this.
Ooh, knight e5 was a tactic.
Time is low. Oh, nice.
There it is. There it is.
She says it. Nice.
Okay,
Queen
but
f3,
now
Queen b2, rook c7.
Rook c7, then rook f8.
No.
Take a2. Take a2. Oh no.
Queen g4. Queen g4. Yeah. Take it.
Queen g4.
Go for it.
Okay, we got
Queen
it.
g1. Rook e8. What?
h5. H5.
Rook f8.
Oh, not anymore. You don't trade queens.
This is so much fun.
Yeah. Okay, rook d8. Rook d8. Trade queens. Take queen and play rook d3.
No. Why? Rook a1. I don't know. Rook b3. Rook b3. Yeah. Okay. Let's not analyze. a7.
No. I think time's just been worse in the time scrambles. That's what it's coming down to.
That was crazy.
That game could have gone either way, but in the time scrambles, Levy has proven to be the better bullet player.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, the position, I don't even remember what it was. How did we get here? Like black was winning a pawn in the opening, and then bishop e4, and then everything happened. Queen b3 now, yeah? That's
queen
the move,
b
right?
queen b3 going after f7. Okay, or not. Vid, you don't know what you're talking about. That's what I'm learning. Every time you suggest a move, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, clearly I have no clue.
Oh, just kidding, my friend. Okay, so white's position is great. You have this pawn on d5, bishop c. You're more developed, you have more space, but in the long term, black is going to try to do knight g6, bishop d6, knight f6.
It reminds me of the first game, right? Something
exactly.
similar. But
exactly.
I like black's position. Simple to play. Bishop d6, f5, knight f6.
But I feel like if you were playing a classical game, you would much prefer white's position, but because it's blitz, you prefer black.
I think, did you see Levy did just a head dance?
Yeah,
like he's still doing it.
He's getting involved.
He's feeling it now.
Should we call him Levy or Kevin? Because, I know there's some Kevin Bordy fans out there who think that Levy kind of looks like Blitzstream at the moment.
Sorry, what?
You don't know Kevin Bordy, Blitzstream?
Yeah, I know.
I think people were saying with his facial hair, Levy has a little bit of Blitzstream going on.
Okay.
Okay, you clearly don't agree. I'm going to change the subject so I don't embarrass myself further. So, Vidit, when we're going to look at this position, you like black here. I was saying that white's strong control over the center is advantageous, and you just like how easy it is to play.
I used to play the two knights tango when I was young. I have very fond memories. So I like this knight g6, knight f6 business.
Got it. So you're a fan of the knights on the king side.
Yeah.
Okay. So should white somehow bring this knight over to f3? Is that what you're saying? From c3 to f3?
With white, you just don't do anything. You just avoid, like you play bishop e2, bishop e3.
Yep.
And rook c1. Try to play knight a4. You have to play on the queen side, right?
Hey, you got to do a pun now. Over 6K on. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, I did tell this pun in my own stream, but I'll go for it again, right?
Okay.
Okay. So, wait, what was it?
That's a great pun.
Okay. Okay, why did Amazon hire Petrosian?
I'm stumped. Go.
Because he was good at exchanges.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, that one's bad. I'm sorry. That one is bad. Nope. I'm not here for that one. I loved your other puns. That one is a nope. Please, everybody, boo him in the chat.
Please, you go with you come up with a pun.
Hey,
we'll talk.
Look at the viewership just dropped after hearing that pun. I hope you're aware of that. So, yeah, that has me a bit tongue twisted here. I don't feel good about what's happened. Bishop takes h6 is probably what Tanya's hope. Oh,
yeah, I kind of forgot that we're commentating on the match with the pun thing. Now knight e2, g5.
So you're getting all sorts of aggressive. Yeah. Actually, I mean, that makes sense. Your king's on h8. You're ready to open the g file for your rook to swing in g8.
Yeah. Look at the time difference, by the way. Huge.
Yes.
Huge time difference.
Should white try?
I think it shows the lack of confidence,
I think white should try knight f5. There it is. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, and I think the viewers should prove me wrong by again going to 6K and
so every time we get
my ego
to 6K, we get a new pun. Is that what's happening?
No, this is just for my ego so that the viewers didn't leave after the pun.
Okay. I think they did though, so it's already over. But I think this was the wrong move order. She took on f4 before playing knight f5. She could have played knight f5 first, just to scroll back to that.
I agree. Although knight d4 is a good move, go knight f3 back now. Take the bishop on e5.
There, I'm going to go to the live position since you're here. Yeah, knight d4 is good. Go knight f3. I agree. But I think she could have started with knight f5.
First rook e1 though, because there's bishop c3.
Right.
Okay, 25 seconds.
Bishop e2. She's just trying to stop f3 at all costs. That's clear.
Bishop e2.
She was worried about some kind of a take on d4 and f3.
g5. I like it. I like g5. Go h5. Go for it.
You're getting too aggressive, Vidit. Knight f5.
Haven't you seen my games? I play like that.
No, you don't. You're a very passive
at all.
comp player. Yeah, don't lie to me. Like I've seen enough
G4.
of your games. In fact, I've
G4.
commentated on so many of your games at this point.
Knight G4.
Knight G4, Queen H5 is going to be me. Oh, the
Knight G4 F3. Knight G4 F3. Now go. Okay, now what to do?
Whoa.
Knight E2.
Isn't something has to be? Bishop takes E2. Just
E4
is hanging.
I would play F3 and completely blunder Queen H6.
Yeah, don't do that. I was looking at that, so I was waiting for somebody to say it, and that's somebody.
So maybe Bishop E2 and then again go Knight G4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. E4 is also hanging, right? So you could just steal a pawn.
And he has so much time. Knight E4. Take the pawn. It's not dangerous. Take it.
Steal it.
Take it. Like Russell Peters would say, take it and go.
Take it and think later is what you're advocating for. I think he's going to play Rook G5. Nope, he took it.
Queen D3. Yeah, I know. It's a good move, right?
Just Queen takes B2. Keep stealing pawn. Be
greedy.
Yep.
That's greedy.
It's good, though.
It's practical. It's very practical.
Oh, F5.
No, you can still do it. You can still take on B2. No, Rook G7, no.
He's not going to
I think anything can happen now.
Oh, for sure. Okay,
Queen D4.
What?
Bishop E4?
Why?
The bishop was so good on F3. It was defending G2.
That was not a good decision.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Tania, in time pressure, sometimes is playing some moves, which is completely
suspicious,
giving away her advantages, right?
Yes. Wait, Queen D7. I would try like Queen D7 check or Queen D6 or something. This is
Rook H5 lost. Yeah, it's gone.
Uh-oh. You're good at finding checkmate in 2. I like it.
Yeah. For my opponents.
Oh, that's not good. So, Vidit, I was going to bring up a bad memory of yours since you acted like I didn't know your chess games, but I kept it to myself. Isn't that good?
No, you can go ahead with it, No,
I was going to talk about
in the stream.
It wasn't a pun. It was just kind of a game that you lost that I was going to bring up because.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to anymore. Now that you're welcoming it, I really don't want to. If you fought me don't do it, then I.
It doesn't serve its purpose, yeah.
Just this. You're too nice. This is what I was saying yesterday. When nice people start ribbing at you, those are the most effective and most annoying kind of insults, or not insults, but.
But the thing is, I've worked with Anish, and I got dragged so much, I was bullied literally. So
do you want to talk about that?
I was bullied, yeah. So
should we talk about this?
I'm trained now. I've become tough after that, after all that torture.
But it sounds like there's some deep-seated emotional issues that might be.
Okay, let's get back to the chess.
Well, Knight C3 going right after
Knight F6.
Yeah, Knight F6 is a move you should play in 2 seconds, not 12 seconds, because you're protecting your pawn.
Knight B5.
You think I'm scared of Knight B5?
Yes.
Well, I'm not. So just castle queenside. Okay. White won the stare down because black blinked. D4.
6,100, by the way.
So you have to give us another pun.
No, after you booed me, so.
Well, you deserved it.
It was really good. Petrosian is good at exchanges.
No, I know that, but it's so nerdy, that pun. I'm sorry.
Then I have only worse puns, after that. It's not going to get better.
They'll get better. I have faith in you. So the silence hurts my ears. So let's see. He plays D4 after a long think.
I like white's. No, C4. Go C4 actually.
What about
not allow this IQP?
Right. I was thinking about Knight G4 in some lines, but then just Rook D to F1, I guess.
Yeah. You're right. Rook D F1.
So C4, just trying to get rid of it. I mean, you could take on D4 as well and play Bishop C5, but I agree with you. C4 just. Oh.
B6. See, again, a typical move, which I said is too indecisive,
But
now,
I think black's okay here.
Really? You like IQP?
No, I don't like the IQP. I'm just not discriminating against the IQPs, Vidit, okay? IQPs are pawns too.
You're masochist, you like suffering.
Oh, don't judge me for my flaws. Judge me for my strengths. I don't have many of them, but they do exist every now and then. This doesn't look great for black. I'm going to be honest with you.
F3. I would play F3, and all this knight G4 business is gone.
Right. You take away the G4 square, you take away the E4 square, you protect your pawn by pushing it. The one thing that black should try is somehow to make use of the dark squares, but it's just not possible. F3, knight E5 would be the ideal situation, but now you're walking into a diagonal with bishop on it. It's probably not good.
I would take white's position any day.
Yes, I would also do the same.
Mm-hmm.
But knight E5
was again, so soft. Like, why would you play B6? Play C4 and close the diagonal. Made much more sense.
Right. Can we try 95 here? Is there there it is. See that? I'm whispering to Tania here.
Wait, you want me to play knight D5? And
I would love it if you played knight D5.
I would play knight G3.
But knight G3, I might play knight G6 and try to go to F4.
I would play knight F5.
Leave me alone. You're playing good moves. I mean, I'm just trying to get some squares, and you're just trying to win my pawn. So I agree with you again. You win. Knight A4. What? It's a bishop E3 check?
6,200.
Oh, that sounds like we're ready for a punt.
No. Now the benchmark is high. It needs to be a lot more.
Okay, fine. But would you put that at G6 rather than C6? I know you like the knight on F6 and G6, but
I would put the knight on A4 actually to begin with.
Well,
I would either go to B5 or E2 and get to D4 and block the pawn. And really,
I'm with you there, but I do believe that black's last move, knight C6, knight G6, because you can meet knight G3 with knight H4, taking away the very important F5 square while putting pressure on
knight
G2.
H4 is very cool, by the way. There's one book, it's by, I think, Chess Pattern Recognition, where it shows that knight on the edge is not always bad, that you can go to H4 and then, it controls so many square and it stops like this G2 pawn, F3 pawn, it attacks both of them and it's very annoying.
I don't know how to read, but that sounds like a good book.
Yeah, I just said it again, no reason. Just for the sake of it. Just showing off that I read books.
Well, I'm proud of you. But Rook D5, I'm proud of Tania because that looked like a good move. You just attacking this knight on F5, and if the knight takes an E3, you've given me a pass pawn.
G4. B5. Oh, is it trapped or no? What, C4? Would you go C4 or knight E3?
I would play knight E3, but C4 is pretty adventurous. But C4, rook takes F5, and you resign.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yes. I missed that. That's really bad. So knight C3. This E3 pawn is still a little bit weak, right?
Yeah. It looks like a strength, but it's actually very easy to attack and much harder to defend. So,
someone said that. Okay, I'll tell it later. So rook E8.
Maybe knight D5, rook E8, E2.
E2.
Knight D4.
Knight D4. Knight D4.
Yeah, the F3 pawn. Ooh, this is turning out really well for black.
This is nice.
I think he just missed knight D4. Rook E1, rook
take
E8.
with the knight anyways on D1. Rook E1, rook E8, knight E4.
No, knight H3.
Knight F3. Rook E2.
Yeah, but you take on E2 and then you win the G5 pawn.
Knight H5 is nice. Knight H5 is nice because knight E4, knight F3, rook E2, rook E4.
I'll show that really quickly. Knight E4, knight F3, rook E2, rook E4, rook E4, knight
A6. Go A6.
Cool.
A6. Oh, 3 seconds. 2 seconds.
Wow, this is no time at all for white. Black
King
up
B4.
pawn. Oh, that king is getting close.
Yeah. The popcorn is
push
ready.
the H pawn.
She blundered A6. Bishop F4.
Whoa, what? Taken king C5.
Why C4? Why would you play C4?
Yeah, that just helps.
When it gets to
King D3.
King D3.
King King D3. It won a piece. H6. She tricked him.
That was tricky. 95. No.
Oh my.
What's happening? A4. What's happening? A5.
Oh my gosh, she tricked him.
You can't stop the pawn. You can't stop
you tricked yourself. Wait, she can't stop it? King B.
No, you can't stop it now.
How did this happen?
Knight F5, 97.
Wait, what? Don't. Okay, she's trying to go for the little wheel.
Knight C6. Knight C6. Like king b8 was such a bad move.
G5. Just go G5. G5. Push the G pawn.
96 again. 96 again.
No, you need to push the G pawn.
Knight f7. What is happening?
King A4.
96, 94 was winning.
No, wait, no, don't give up your pawn. G4.
She tricked him. She tricked him again.
G3. Oh, this has been amazing. This has been
This is the best game ever. Best game ever.
So the king is just going to, come this way. It's going to be a draw.
Oh, this is the best game ever.
Knight f4. Oh, knight f4 would have been too good. So would you think that they deserve to draw this game?
I don't know who deserved what, but we definitely deserve this entertainment.
That was unbelievable. Both their faces. Levy was like, oops. And Tania was like,
I just didn't see their faces. Like,
Oh
were they
my
surprised themselves?
yeah, they were just like, I don't know what happened there. That was honestly amazing. So, to be fair to the players, playing with mere seconds on your clock in a very nervous event where you're playing for hours on end, it's very difficult. So, we're laughing, we're having a good time, but we've all made mistakes like that.
And just to put it out there again, that I've missed mate in one twice in classical games, so I have the right to make fun because I've been in the worst positions. So, what do you have the right, Robert? Have you missed mate in once? Then you don't have the right.
Okay, I'm gonna.
If you haven't,
no, I'm not gonna make fun of them, but I'm making fun of you. How have you missed mate in one twice? Wait, how have you done that?
Yes.
How?
It's called talent, Robert.
Were you in time trouble?
No.
Were you?
I was just.
Were you 4 years old?
In one game I was in time trouble, but the other game was just pure talent.
How old were you?
I was an adult already, I would say.
Okay, so your rating was pretty high?
Yeah, I was 2600.
What?
I was 2600 plus. So
did you still win the game? Presumably, if you missed mate in one, you're winning, right?
No.
You didn't win the game?
And I got mated. I got mated in one. I mean, I missed my opponent.
Oh, you missed your opponent's mate in one.
Yes.
Okay.
I got mated on the board.
So that's more excusable because sometimes people get tunnel vision and then they miss their opponent's plans. But if you missed checkmate in one, like you didn't checkmate your opponent when it was checkmate in one, I would never forgive you. Okay.
6,400. We should talk about the game before.
Yeah, but I thought you were going to make a chess pun, 6,400, 64, something.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, this game here, white has a bishop, black does not. The knight on c6 can't really move anywhere. So I'm trying to think of how do you improve your pieces. The knight on c6 is really the problematic piece for black because white is going to go rook c1, and then if you move the knight away from c3, the knight sort of gets stuck on e6.
Bishop e1 now.
Levy's going for some kind of attack here.
Rook e6, I really don't like that move.
You don't like trying to go for rook g6 and checkmate?
As I said, I'm bad at that. Didn't you hear the previous conversation?
I just, I want
you should be a good listener, Robert.
I'm a great listener. I just want you to relive those great memories that you had.
Okay. Yeah, you are a good listener. Okay,
Oh,
queen
look at
f5.
this.
Queen c4 is bad move, I think. I would have gone queen f3, just to cement my king side.
But the thing is, the rook somehow needs to jump through the knight to g6 to actually attack you. And if you don't take my knight, it might come to f4, where it's a very good defender. Not to mention the c7 pawn is immediately under threat. So what are you going to do as black here? Rook
I'll
d4?
play 95. 95. Queen c7, knight d5, rook d5, knight f3. I'll live for tricks. But there was knight f6 in the end. Rook f6, queen c7, rook g6.
Nobody's following what you're saying, but I'm going to try it anyway. 95. What were you saying? 95.
Knight f6, rook f6, queen c7, rook g6, and then queen e7. Just for fun. Knight f3, king h1, queen h3, and that's how the game would end.
Oh my gosh, you are the devil.
Rook g1.
That is honestly, that's way better than anything I've seen. So that was awesome.
That was pretty cool, no? Queen h3.
You're setting up tricks here. I've watched you do that blindfold tactic stuff where was that with chess base or something where you did all those blindfold tactics. That was cool, but what you just showed was way cooler.
Thank you. Now knight f3, gf3, queen h3, go. Rook g5, rook h6.
Just go for checkmate.
But there's queen g4, sorry.
You blundered checkmate in one. Queen takes g7 checkmate. Oh man. Oh, you blown a checkmate in one move. Oh.
So 3 times. 3 times.
Oh, Vidit. What am I going to do with you? Actually, can you play c6 here and after rook d8, then knight f3 check?
Yeah, gf3, queen g5. Yeah.
Oh, Vidit. I think this is what makes you a super GM and makes me a super not super GM is that I see checkmate in one, but I don't see all the other things. And then you miss checkmate in one, but you see all the more difficult things. So
Yeah. Now after that, I should not be allowed to speak for 1 minute. So you have
no. I
that's
don't want to
the
go
point.
on a monologue. It's too difficult. I need you. You just want to hear me say that. This is you rebuilding your ego on stream.
Right.
But C6 feels like the right move.
C6, yeah. C6, rook c5, b6.
Oof. Maybe rook d6 or something.
Why is it taking so much time? I think he thought for like 1 minute and a half. Rook g6, king f1. I like king f1.
Yep. It's a very smart move. You're just getting out of any discoveries, removing yourself from a pin. And what can black even do here? You're kind of tied down.
C6, rook d8 now.
Yep.
Yeah. Wrong move.
Yeah, you didn't want to go rook
right.
g6 and back.
Yeah,
That's not ideal.
Rook d1, go.
Yeah, bring your other rook in. I like that move too.
I will not move the knight now. Just saying.
Okay.
I will not play knight g6.
What about f4?
I will avoid embarrassment.
No, f4, the pawn is pinned, so maybe it's too much. I want you to blunder mate in one again. That was pretty awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I will not move the knight.
Okay. So let's see. Takes f4 and f6.
Just play f6.
Right. f6 shuts down this whole diagonal. That's important. So in f4 is a weakening move. So probably f4 should not be played. Wait, what about queen f4 instead of queen b4? Trading the queen, trying to get to the d7 square.
Yeah, that's very...
Uh-oh.
Queen d4 back?
Queen h4.
What?
You just blunder mate in one. I heard you. You said queen d4 back. You said queen d4, forgetting about queen takes f2 mate. Did it. Oh my gosh.
Queen d3.
You're the best.
Thank you.
You're absolutely the best.
Bishop f6.
Oh, that's not a pawn you want to blunder. Because now bishop retreats, and there's permanently checkmating ideas. So
h4. It just lost.
It's lost, but it's not easy when you have 4 seconds. Oh, h5, that's a risky move too.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Oh, queen 8, I like it. Just going after. Watch out for rook d1 check.
Queen f3. Yeah.
Yep.
Bishop
queen
d4.
a5.
Bishop d4.
Oh, bishop b4 is nice.
Bishop d4.
Wait, don't flag.
Yeah, bishop d4 and b4. Oh, no, time. Oh, no.
Oh.
Losing on time sucks.
And bishop d4 actually was holding. Like, I'm not saying white should not eventually lose, but for the time being, especially in a bullet game, bishop d4 stopped black's threats.
You know what happened? Just to justify, I was not allowed to tell my pun, and you booed me after that, and that just threw me off completely. That's why I missed all the mate in one.
All right, you're making me ask. You're making me beg. Can you please give me another pun? I've been waiting for it.
And because I have really bad ones, and I don't know what I'll miss next.
But can you just give me a pun?
It's again a well-known pun. I think it's pretty common.
Okay.
Okay. Why did no one apply at Capablanca's company? Because he had no opening.
Oh my gosh. That actually was kind of good. I like that one. I never heard it before. If I had heard it, I would have.
It's not mine. It's a friend of mine's.
So do you have any puns yourself, or are you just all recycled material?
All my puns now will be from my friends. So if it's a bad one, they'll get the credit anyways.
So are the puns really, are the friends just you? Like you're pretending to be your own friend?
Yes, it's my virtual me,
Okay. I approve. So
No, I'm kidding. It's really by a friend of mine.
you just have the best friends in the world. Tanya
True.
needs you to be a better friend to her because she's spending 40 seconds.
Yeah, I mean,
You two
it's
are-
8.5 and 2.5.
Yep.
And this line, I like the opening choices Levy's using, really putting the pressure right from the beginning.
Yep, he gave up a pawn, but what he's gained for that pawn is very nice looking pieces.
Although I think Queen G4 is not the move, Bishop F4 is the move.
Right. I actually
Queen
think
G4 is... Sorry,
I had a game against Krikor, Mkhitaryan, in this line many, many, many years ago in the Aeroflot Open, and I had the white side, and we played a position like this. But right now, this is not looking super familiar with the bishop back on c8. I don't know what's going on here. So what should white do? Take on d5, just play rook d1.
94 or what?
94 is also looking good. But 94... At what point can I play a move like g6? I don't want to, but I feel like
G6, knight at 6 check. Just go.
Yeah, I was just going to go king g7.
Rook d1.
Well, you're hanging your queen.
Bishop e6, right?
Wait, your queen's
No?
hanging on g4.
No. I mean, in the current position.
Oh, sorry.
I
I'm just so used to you
laugh
wondering things.
soon. Yeah. I know.
Okay, so what move here are you suggesting?
Bishop e6. Yeah.
Looks good.
Is the bishop at 6?
Bishop
Hello.
h6.
Morris would go bishop at 6 and say hello.
But g6. And now you take on f8, I take on f5.
Yeah, but then there's 95 in the end, I move the queen and then, a8 rook will be hanging.
Yeah,
like
you're
queen
right.
c4, queen f. But there's bishop c3.
Well, I can also just give you that rook. I don't know. No, I can't. You take with the queen on d5 and then, you're too good. I quit.
Oh, wait. So 95 now? Okay, doesn't matter. Queen f3 has been played. I was getting excited for no
Oh,
reason.
you were going to go full sack town on d5 and
Yeah.
g7.
Yeah. Something like that. Queen f3 is not in the spirit of the position.
No, it's not. Black feels like she's coordinated well because that knight's coming right to e5. And once that happens, black is just... What? Okay. Development...
Knight c6, knight f3 is a check. So that doesn't Queen e2.
Otherwise, it would work, but...
Queen e2.
Queen e2.
All the pieces were on the king side, and now black has developed, and white has just been pushed back.
So
Tania needs to win this game. She needs to convert the winning position. She has got chances, but she has not capitalized on it. I think that's what has gone wrong.
I agree. I think she needs to play bishop g4 here. All right,
Also,
now
bishop c4. Yeah, this is also good, no?
Yep.
Queen c2.
I like forcing f3 though. Something about blunting this bishop on g2 felt promising, but here just queen c7. Then there's maybe bishop.
I think
f4.
you would play c5 here.
Is there some kind of discovery? Not really.
Okay, now that you said discovery. Okay, one more.
No, but you're right. C5
Very
is
bad
good.
pun.
What were you gonna say?
Okay, so what is the favorite strategy of a person who has visited a bank for the first time?
Discovered check, something check.
Yeah.
Nice. You led me to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just are a man with limitless puns. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. C5. Just push this pawn. You're up a pawn.
C5, knight f3.
Oh, I wanted to go queen c6, but I blundered. So let me show everybody my blunder.
I think, yes, please do. I feel better.
I lost a piece on e5. I thought I was pinning your piece, but instead I'm just losing a piece. So go me, blundering things everywhere. Ignore me. I don't deserve friends with puns or anything like that.
If Danny was here, he would really appreciate all the puns. I have a feeling.
But the thing is, I appreciate the puns. I really have enjoyed.
But you don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's
how it should be.
It's just I need to let you know that not all your puns are good, because if they're all good, that means none of them are good.
Yeah,
that's what I
and also like if it's all good, then you don't improve.
Right.
So
And I know that you're working very hard to improve not just your chess game, but your pawn game. Wait, that was a good move, knight g6.
Knight g6. Queen c6. Would you go for this?
Knight takes f4.
Yeah,
What?
gf4.
Now queen g4 check. Give me all that.
Yeah. Yeah, but king moves.
If you think I'm scared of you, Vidya Gujarati, you're very, very right.
It's now only 10 seconds. Queen
Wait.
d5. Knight f3.
Take a2.
Queen a2. Queen a2. Go.
Steal that
Go for
pawn. So once
Yeah,
again,
black should win this. Black should
Tanya's
win
up a good amount of time.
this. She blunders one pawn.
Oh, queen c8. She
Queen a7.
rook e1. Take on c3. You're up
E5.
2 pawns. Take on c3.
Yeah, take on c3. Then knight f3, b5.
Right.
Knight g5. Knight g5. Queen e8. Queen e8. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, queen e8 was definitely the move, but this is still.
No, I think it's gonna be draw. c5.
Oh no! I thought b4, b3, b2 was the way to go.
I think she should try to flag now. She should really go for the flag.
Yep. Queen c8, queen f5.
Queen e6. Yeah, g6. G6.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yep.
Queen e6 is nice. Now c4. Go for it. fc3. Queen e5. Queen a2 check. That's even better. c2.
Oh,
Yeah, she played well. This Queen e6.
Queen e6.
Designs.
Game over. Nice. She played
needed this
extremely
win.
well.
Yeah. After giving the b5 pawn, she started to play well. Much
Yeah,
needed
so
win.
she needed to not have such a good position before playing extremely well, is what you're getting at. And we have 5.5 minutes left of the 3-minute portion. So what's the score now? 8.5, 3.5. So a 5-point lead for Levy. That's not good news for Tania. She needs to get this victory going.
It's again Dutch, and this line he has been doing well. She should change up something, go for rook e1, e4 kind of setup. Right?
Yep.
What do you think?
Yeah, queen c2, e4, something with e4.
She plays the same one, rook b1, where she got worse, with this bishop d2, if you remember, yeah?
I remember.
Yeah.
I for sure remember. Well, I was trying to go rook a3 and all that. You didn't like it.
Now rook b1 doesn't make sense. a5 is anyways a move which black wants to play. So rook b1 doesn't make sense.
Well, she's going for b4, and she stopped these knight e4s.
After all the moves I suggested, someone asked, is Vidit really higher rated than Hess?
No, you're not. Nobody knows. The answer is yes, he is. But in terms of having, I actually don't know anything I'm higher rated than you are. It's like maybe being unfriendly, I'm higher rated than you are, or beard growth, I'm definitely higher rated than you are.
True.
Is that about it?
I'll give that to you.
I think that's it. That's all I got on you. Wow, my life is sad.
Anyway, I like black's position. Takes. I'll go g5, f4.
I'm going to go c5,
Typical.
and then my knight can't get to c4, so that's pretty sad.
Yeah, g5, c5, f4.
Yeah, that
she should really catch... she needs to really get on a streak, of 2-3 games at least.
Well, here's g5 and f4 is next. You're right. It's just the pawns are just pushing themselves down the board. And white doesn't have any real counterplay on the queen side. You're too slow.
I hear something that my voice is echoing. Is it?
Your voice is echoing? I wish it were echoing.
Okay. It's all right? Okay. Good.
You sound good to me, but if I did hear an echo, that would be nice as well. So it's your choice. I'm open. But f4 played, bishop f5 is the move that's trying
Black's
to be played.
Position is so good.
Queen e8 to h5 is the idea you want. But
rook a8. Yeah. I thought you missed rook a8,
No. I was making a point saying at first you have to deal with the rook and 8, then you do this other stuff. Wow, you think so lowly of me.
I was waiting for the turn. So I think it's the last game or like last 5 minutes remaining.
Yes, so it's
in
the last few
3-minute
minutes
section.
Yep. I like white's position now. Because once c5 happens, there's knight takes e5 discovery ideas along the diagonal. And it feels like with c5, knight b5, rook a1 stuff, it feels like white's now first to the initiative.
Yeah. I would go queen e8. I'll put king on h8 and I'll forget about my queen side. Just go queen d8, move the king. G4, knight d2.
Here comes that knight to c4. I mentioned a long time ago.
True.
It can also come to e4.
Knight c4. Yeah, and that's why I didn't like move g4. Kind of helps white.
Right. Because black doesn't actually have an attack, at least not right now.
Yeah, black goes h5. Okay, now it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. So
knight b5.
You would go knight b5, yeah?
Yep, knight b5 hits c7, so you have to deal with that, and then you're gonna. Okay, wrong move order, but it's probably still good.
Yeah, but knight b5, queen a6 now.
Oh.
Knight c7, queen e2, bishop f1. Does it lose the queen?
Yeah, you probably just lost the queen. I approve.
So I'll go queen b6 after knight c7. Okay, knight e4. Doesn't matter. So now you play queen d8. h4 is next.
Yeah, but h4 is not that scary because even if you take a couple times in g3...
No, go queen f6. Go queen f6. Knight e4, takes, you have fg.
Ah, you're a sneaky guy trying to go checkmate. F takes g, queen f2 check, and then queen takes d2, and...
Yeah, wait, and now if you don't go knight e4, I'll play f3 myself, and that should be crushing. So black is back.
Black is back, but I don't agree that it's crushing. But I agree with you.
People are loving Robert Hess in the chat. Just wanted to put that out.
They're loving me?
Yeah. You're getting a lot of love.
Thank you. You know, I appreciate that.
You're speechless after that.
Yeah, you shouldn't compliment me. I'm not used to the compliments, and then I don't know what to say.
It reminds me of Danny. Like I saw this stream on like with Aryan Tari.
Yeah.
And whenever Aryan was praising Danny, he used to look at the side and ask, "Really? Really, I'm good. You know, really, was that funny?"
I mean,
that reminded me of that.
The thing is, I don't need the approval, but then when I get it, I'm just like, I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to do. Yeah.
Nah, I'm speechless. This does not look good for white. The f2 pawn is a big issue. h4 at any moment can still be good. The one thing that Tania is hoping for is a knight landing on e4. If that knight can get to e4, then it's
h4. Now queen c2, right? Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry to stop you.
No, you're right to bring that up because now if the knight gets on e4, that's a very good defensive piece.
I think white has survived, right? Bishop e4 was a good move. She played well there.
It was a good, very good practice.
Really good move. Yeah. It was a really good move.
Yep. Let's see. So knight takes, have to. I thought that he was going to do this because there's really nothing white can do on the king side anymore. And how do you defend your king side?
Now queen d3, right? White should just play queen d3. Get she plays queen d3.
Is there going to be just like bishop h6 and wait, you're threatening knight takes d6 at some point. Not yet.
No. Yeah.
At some point you're threatening it. Time trouble. 18 seconds.
It's not easy to come up with a move for black, really.
Because you're so focused on the attack that you don't see. Wait, what?
Okay, just a move. It's a random move, rook f7.
Yeah, but what about like rook f8
something? c1, h3, bishop e3. Put the bishop on e3.
Yes, protect the f2 pawn. Then knight takes d6 was a threat.
Now rook c1. No. Why you're exchanging queens? Rook c1.
Yeah, not ideal, but these endgames still f3. Play f3.
You get some play, no? She wants to play knight f6, knight g4. So
right. She wants it all.
Bishop e7.
f3.
Rook c3. Okay, she's going actually very safe.
But that's clever. King h2 and f3. Here we go.
Okay, not bad actually.
This was super high class.
Safe. Yeah. King g4.
Yep.
Bishop g5. Play bishop g5.
There it is.
He's a technical player. That's what I've realized today. Takes king f5.
King e6. Oh, can't go
king f6. King f6.
And here comes the g pawn.
g4. Nice. Very nice technique in this game, I must admit.
Honestly, this has been a fantastic showing by Tania. Knight e4. Okay.
King very nice technique again.
I'm mesmerized.
That was a good show at the end.
This is the best way to end the 3-minute portion because that technique was fire. Like if we just go back in time to we'll go to a break shortly after this, but when she went bishop e4, we were praising this move because she's trying to land her knight on e4 and then protect the f2 pawn, and she was able to make this happen. She went queen c2 here, trying to trade bishops and then get this knight here, and that's exactly what happened. The knight came to e4, and then she traded queens. Then she made this great knight e4 move, threatening knight f6 check, and then went rook c3, trading the rooks off, and then won an endgame. Fantastic.
So I think this
technique.
was the last official game, right, of 3-minute section. If
It was.
I'm not wrong. Okay. So now 25
correct.
minutes of bullet. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I would say Levy is the favorite just because he's the experience, but Tania has actually proven herself very capable. Just when those critical last seconds, she's been struggling.
Okay, so we'll be back, right, in a few minutes?
Yeah, I would normally trust you to be like, we'll be right back, guys. Everybody stay where you are. And if we still have 6,000 viewers, I'll tell a pun, but I'll say it for you. Stay right where you are. If we still have this viewership, we'll get a pun from Vida Gujarati when we return. And after that brief break, we are back with the bullet portion upcoming between Levy Rozman and Tania Sachdev. And just to show everybody the full bracket, John Bartholomew has made his way into the second round after a dominating performance by score against David Pruess. But David was playing so much better chess than that score indicates. And Vidit, as you look through the bracket here, any names to look out for? Like, how familiar are you with these players?
I think Alina, as I said, I know her quite well, and she's a very strong player. And she'll play Christoph, right, tomorrow?
Yep.
And then Greg Shahad. Yeah, I think I know most. I think I know almost all of them.
This is a very kind of American-centric
Which
field.
match you're looking forward to really the most?
Oh, it's
who's your favorite?
I mean, come on. It's Teddy Coleman versus Danny Wrench. So Teddy Coleman is one of my best friends on the planet. I'm actually going to be the best man at his wedding. So, like, that's one of my best friends in the world. And Danny Wrench is my partner in crime, who I do all my commentary with and whose puns I ignore. So that, of course, is the match I'm looking forward to the most. But also, I mean, there are so many good matches here. Anna Zatomsky versus Greg Shahadi. I think it's an underrated matchup. And then on the other side of things, Elizabeth Petz against
that
Eric
will
Rosen.
also be a close one, yeah. That will be a close one.
People may not know it because Anna doesn't play as much online Blitz, but she is a fantastic Blitz player.
Okay.
She's really, really strong. And well, we have the next match is tomorrow. But before we get to the future matches, of course, we have to finish today's. And I'm ready for this bullet portion. Vidit, what are your predictions for this time segment coming up?
I think still, considering the score, it's 4 points. Yeah, that's a lot to cover up. And I think Levy will win the match. But in bullet section, he'll have 1 or 2 points lead. That's what I feel.
Okay.
So in the end, it'll be like a 5-point difference, a 6-point difference.
Okay, so you have faith in Levy's bullet skills. I mean, he's just very experienced. He's a very strong bullet player, not just for an IM, but for anybody on the servers.
But actually, in the last few games, Tania, like in the last game, she played so well. This technique. When she gets simple positions, she's playing really well. So if she gets that, avoid all this Dutch complex, play really simple chess, then she still has a chance because she was very good in this game.
I agree. I mean, if she gets a comfortable position in the opening, she's shown that she can play with a very high class and play quickly. Yeah. That's really the essential thing is she's in some critical moments in time trouble. She hasn't been able to play her best stuff. But here we go. We have liftoff. We have bullet. And we have a position that should be very comfortable.
They both are not changing, That's very strange.
Well, we would prefer if they had a new opening in every single game. But sometimes people stick to their repertoire.
Yeah, true.
And she's going to throw in an A3, I'm guessing, to stop any. Oh,
Queen C2 knight before.
Yeah, I was going to say she's going to throw an A3 to stop that, but she didn't.
Takes C5. Go C5. Play for tricks. Bishop G6.
Tricks are for C5. Kids and for Vidit.
Play C5.
Don't take it because in Bishop H2 check. Just there we go. Rook E1.
CD.
Yeah, CD, Queen D4. At least you can continue. So B3 now? Okay,
no, Queen B3 is good. Threatening E5.
I like
E5.
it.
So go Bishop B8. Just play for the initiative.
But the problem is you're losing B7, and that's an annoying
I don't care. CD.
Okay, you don't care, and I don't care, but maybe Levy was going to care.
I think the position also doesn't care. CD, you're winning back the pawn.
It's true. You're right. I must admit, you're right again.
95.
Yeah, knight E4. Just go. Play quickly.
Knight F4. Knight F4.
No, knight E4. Why did you take that pawn?
E4 is what you meant. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but she took on D4. So I guess knight D2 to F3 and knight D3.
Knight D3.
Bishop G5. Bishop G5. Just okay.
Bishop G5. Oh, this is also okay.
Yeah, she's up a pawn.
5. Yeah, knight E5.
Oh, knight F3, queen F3, and then E5.
No, knight F3. You have attacking the queen.
Okay, she's seeing more tactics than I am. Look at that.
And look at the time difference. For bullet, that's a lot.
Yep.
She just blitzing out.
She should
just been blitzing out.
Sorry, but I was going to say, I thought she was going to take on B8, take on A7, and push her A pawn. Just like.
But rook B2.
Yeah, give up the B2 pawn, but take the A pawn and just like push my A pawn down the board.
But I like what she's doing. Just playing fast. Doesn't matter what moves. And she's playing decent moves throughout. So she's been playing well. Go b4. Play.
Yep.
Go with your instincts. Yeah. Bishop b4. f3. I don't know. Yeah,
Knight
just
b3.
go with instincts. Yeah.
Knight b3. Just go.
Play the first move which comes to your mind. That's the best strategy in bullet.
Yep. Just
Knight
c5.
Knight c5. Okay. Yeah. Now it allows this.
Knight c6. Knight c6. Just bring that knight in. Okay.
Bishop c5. No. Bishop c5 is not good. Knight c. No.
Her pieces are going backwards. She's still doing totally fine. She's up a lot in the clock. Rook d1 is good. Knight c4 back. Just bring that knight
I really
back.
love the speed with which she's playing. Bishop d6 was awesome.
Yep,
Now bishop d8 and rook d6. No, rook was protected.
No.
That was
Rook c. No.
Rook c. Yeah.
She had it. She was playing brilliantly.
Bishop d8. Bishop b8.
Oh man. She's still up a lot of time, but unfortunately, she's just down pieces. King f1.
I would just play bishop c5, bishop b6, move earlier, of course.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
Rook a7, a6. Just do it. Can't think twice about it.
Doesn't matter anymore.
A6.
King f8. King f8. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anything is winning.
Well, everything is winning, but when you have 3 seconds left, sometimes you make a bad pre-move or...
True.
Bad things happen to good people sometimes. G4.
That's philosopher Robert for you.
I do my best. Rook c7.
King at 6. Doesn't matter now.
Yeah, now it's too
easy. b3, b2.
Yeah, that's a nice classy finish there. You get a queen, you bring your rook back to a1, you win the a6 pawn.
Yeah, knight c4 was the turning point, of course.
It's sad because she had so much time, and then she followed your advice of making the first move that came to mind. So I blame you for that one.
I don't accept that blame.
And credit Levy because he only had 5 seconds left, but he found that tactical resource at a critical moment. I mean, she pinned herself, but he did find it.
Yeah, he played bishop b5 quickly. I agree.
Yep.
Look at this h4. He's now in complete blitz mode. Bullet mode, sorry.
And he's also moving much more quickly.
Knight a3. Knight a3. He'll go knight a3. No.
Knight d4.
a6.
Knight d4.
Tania will play a6. Oh, b6?
Yeah, I don't understand that move.
Castles. Go castles. Only move. Go.
Oh,
King d8.
Rook f8, I guess, but how about queen takes d6? Can she sack her queen? Queen d6?
Oh,
no.
queen d6 was such a cool move. Love it. Although it doesn't work, but I love the move.
Well, she could have set it up instead, but she has entered this position, which somehow is not dead lost, but it looks like it should be. So castle queens. I guess he's worried about hanging the a2 pawn with check. So a6. Yep. Tania's kind of working her way out of this. Do you think she's going to survive this game, Vidit?
Yeah. King c7 and it's very safe already. So it's just our short-sightedness. It's just our short-sightedness that we did not see this. That the king is really safe on c7.
Yeah. So she saw it all. She ran her king away, and now black
it looks really good on c7. To be honest. c4. No, take on e5. Go.
Oh, take on e5. No? That was a good sack.
To b5.
But the thing is, sacrificing pieces hard is particularly sacrificing pieces are particularly hard.
She is again up on time, by the way. 20 seconds, something like that.
Just rook takes f takes c8.
Yeah, rook f c8, important.
Don't hang your a6 pawn.
b5. b5.
Yep. Push him, baby.
b5 c4 though. No, I don't like b5. Oh. c4, go. Open it up. Yeah, as I said, b5.
King b6. Oh man, I was hoping for fighting chess. This is turning south
King
very
b6.
quickly.
It's gonna happen. King b6.
It's going to happen out of necessity, not out of desire.
Yes. Like most things in life.
King b8.
Knight c4. Take the pawn on c4. Take material.
Knight takes
Queen
c4, d7. Yeah.
Queen d7.
Uh-oh, what?
Bishop b7.
King b6.
Okay. g4. That's what's gonna happen.
No
Only break left. You know, king is really good on b6. Now a5, a4, knight
What?
c3. That's cool.
Take it and play king a7.
This is so much fun.
This is
epic.
ridiculous.
This game is epic.
Oh, queen g4 is a good move. Trying to trade those queens. Play bishop h6.
Bishop
Whoa!
d4.
What is happening? H2.
H2.
Just sack the pawn. Just sack it.
Go. H2.
She took? Oh, because queen d4, knight c5. There
King
was
b7. Knight. No. What?
rook d5. Rook d5 is it. No, it's mate.
Queen c7 mate.
Or rook b4 mate. Holy moly. Holy moly. This is too much going on here. So
I think, you know, after every game, we take a pause for like 10 seconds to recover.
we need it. But it's also really amusing because we're being accused by just like one or two people of being biased for Tanya. But this happens literally every single match. When somebody is behind in the match, you end up rooting for the person to like get more points because it's fun.
Yeah, we want a close match.
That was crazy though. Levy found some really cool tactics. First with knight, bring the knight to c3, and then playing bishop
and
d4.
this bishop d4. Yeah. Full credit to him, like going in this bullet mode. And
it's fun. So what's going on here? Just take on e4.
Queen e4. Finally, she goes for the e4 break.
Yep.
Entire Dutch system she was trying. Queen c2.
Agreed. Best square for the queen is a retreat. There it is. And at some point, black might try for c5, but yeah, if you play queen b3, you're not getting c5 in.
I like white's position. Rook d1. Little bit extra space, you know.
Yep. Bishop e4. That's a surprising choice. It's funny because you often do want your bishop on the diagonal fighting off the light square bishop, but on e4, it's a very iffy spot. What? That doesn't work because the bishop is protected by the pawn on d5 now.
Yeah. No, I think it's now tilt mode.
Yeah.
It's clearly a tilt mode.
It's like you build up all these great positions and you can't win them. So, you know, there's nothing's going right. So you might as well just keep trying random things. And black is now up a pawn and has a better position.
Yeah. Worst kind of combination. So takes on g2, queen c7,
knight
e4.
Yeah. Oh, knight e4, there's queen f4. So
yeah, that's why I wanted to play queen c7, but then you have knight d3.
So the knight coming to... Also, she's up on time, so...
Always.
She needs to convert this one.
Knight d3.
Knight d3. Play quickly.
Knight e4. And then bishop f2.
Ooh, you're devious.
Queen b2, then I'm not playing bishop f2. Just saying.
I think you're still going to play bishop f2.
No, I'm not playing bishop f2 after
queen. Play bishop f2. Come on. All right, now she's going to try to take the bishop or not. Another pin. That's a good move, f3. Like, actually, it's surprising that knight can only go to f6. You take it. Now both sides have bad pawns. But black is up a pawn, obviously.
Rook d4. Rook d4 would have...
King d2. Run that king away.
Okay.
That's a nice move, rook a8. Play b6 and play rook h2 and just win this. Knight takes c6. Okay.
Yeah, it's too many weaknesses.
Yeah.
Rook
it's a good effort.
King e2.
But Levy isn't playing too well in this.
f5? Strange move.
I think he's trying to take away the e4 square from her king.
Ah, okay.
Look at that. That was a great decision to just take away the square. Watch out for some kind of knight f6
3
check.
seconds.
If the knight gets to f6, black's checkmate. Okay, not anymore.
Knight e5, h4, rook h3. Kind of lost the thread. Black kind of lost the
take
thread.
on
Rook h4.
Yep, knight d3.
Knight d3.
Oh.
Rook h1.
King d3.
What's happening?
I don't know. Don't ask me questions.
Complete collapse from
Rook
Black's
b1. Okay, now we're just...
What? King d4. King d4.
Oh!
King d4 take on c5. White would have won.
This is crazy. Wait, what? King d2? Okay, she's still going to hold because they're double f pawns, but this has been wild.
Rook c8.
King f4. King back to f3.
That's called an, as they say, grandmaster draw, and this will be an IM draw.
It's definitely not a GM draw. It's in the title of the event. c6. Hope that your opponent blunders. No, now it's Levy's would steal the c5 pawn.
Rook c8, king d7, rook f8. No, he's still playing for win. Oh, Tania has 1 second.
Yeah, exactly. Check. Rook back. Rook
No,
c8.
she might get flagged. I have a feeling. Come on,
king f5. Oh,
king f5. King f5 next. Go.
Oh, take the king f5.
Rook c8, rook c3. It's very annoying, but still it's a draw. Still a draw.
King g3.
King g3. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she barely got that move.
No. King e6.
Take all the pawns. She got it. She just got there in time.
I think I would score the lowest in this predict the move.
Did you see that though? She checked so she could pre-move the next move. That was really smart.
He goes rook c8. Yeah, not exchanging rooks. That's sad.
He's trying to end the match because the more time you take.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So we're gonna see 40 more moves of rook versus rook. Oh man.
If I was white, I would get pissed.
I mean, nobody wants to see that. We just talked about how you being happy makes everybody happy, so I don't want to see you upset.
6,500. Thank you, everyone who have joined in.
Yeah, wait, we want another pun.
I already told like 4.
Yeah, but we want another pun. Actually, save it up for another time. We'll let you rest. Are we really looking at rook and king versus rook and king? Should we analyze this?
No, just have grapes.
Just have grapes? I don't have grapes. I have all the wrath, but none of the grapes.
Okay, 5-11. I think it's very tough to come back from this bigger deficit.
Yeah, 6 points.
Yeah. Is it like, the more you win, you get like the higher percentage of the prize money of the match?
Yeah, so the prize is by win percentage.
It's still by 1%.
So wait, there's a queen on g4. I turned my head away, and there's a queen on g4. It looks like a normal type position, but the queen keeps getting out of the box.
6,600. Just saying.
You keep talking about the number of people, but you don't mention puns. So
it's not related. Now knight before d4. I like black's position.
Bum, 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 bum. You like black's position?
Yeah, knight before and d4.
Yeah, that looks good.
But doesn't happen.
Everything looks good for black here because white went all in on this sort of French-like attack, but when you fianchetto, it tends to be a bad situation for white because the knight comes to b4, your bishop on b2 is not doing anything, and then d4, as you said. Ooh, she's gonna open the king side.
g6, nice. It's practical, easy moves, and you know what? You should take on e5 also. Not now.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Sack a piece there. It looks pretty interesting. Yeah, this is like
she has like huge time advantage. She's playing so fast.
She knows these French. Oh, that's
bishop h4 blunder.
Yep, there's a piece.
Yeah, he sees it. Yeah.
And he's like, "Uh-oh, there goes my knight."
like that. There is like a camera where you can see the players. Makes so much fun.
Yeah, because you can see them be very sad.
Yeah. No. The expression, if you like.
I love how you agreed with me because, like, thinking I would say something nice, but then I said something not nice, and you're like, no, it's not what I'm saying. Also, this is the perfect position for Levy to waste time because even though black's up a piece and winning,
I don't know why black closed it. Yeah, I don't know why black closed it. E6 traps the knight.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Rook takes d5, and like white is turning it around. Okay, well now it's
still rook d5. Still rook d5. Knight d3.
Look at this position.
He's playing for the crowd.
Getting all positional on us. Okay, I think white's going to win this game.
Okay, black was just up a piece for nothing.
Levy's going to win this game. He has 4 seconds, though. Yeah, I agree.
Now Rookie 1. Rookie 8. Rookie 8 for trap wins piece. No, there was Queen D7.
Wait, what do you mean Rookie 8? The queen, what's wrong? Queen takes E8.
When Bishop was on H5.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, 96. Queen
Wait.
D6. What?
How is black up a piece again?
96 check.
What the? What was that? I'm so confused by everything that's happened in this game. King D6, Knight E7. Okay, this is also...
Rook C3. No, you should take Rook C3.
Hey, Vid, I have a secret for you. My head hurts.
King B6, you know, King B6, King A6, and the A pawn will push.
My head hurts. Covering these bullet games is a whirlwind and a half. Oh gosh, Rook G6. Rook takes A6. Wait, take A6? I guess you'll take it next. Rook E3. Finally, take that C3 pawn. King D6. Rook D3. Okay, that's also good.
Check. Okay, black is now just winning. A6. Go for it. Rook E8.
No, Rook E8 is not good.
Rook E8.
Rook A1.
C3.
C3 now. Oh, man. C3. Check. King D6 next. Then Rook takes A6.
Rook A6. You know what? D6. Knight C4 still.
Okay, Rook A6.
King D5, King C5.
93, 93! Oh, it's 93 check! Oh, the king was there for the fork.
Rook H2. How do you win this now with black? Actually, it's not easy. How do you win this with black?
You don't win, it's a draw.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, predict king on it. No, it's a draw. Knight B7, but king B5 is a draw. Oh, boy.
You know, I see that he offered a draw, white offered a draw, and Tania declined.
She probably didn't see it, was just moving.
Okay. Yeah. Rook B5.
Hey,
I'm recovering.
Hey, Vidit.
Yeah. Sorry.
Can you explain that game to me?
No.
Okay.
I can't.
I'm at a loss for words.
I can't explain that. There was like 3 blunders, piece blunders, and then fork, and then draw, and then everything. You cannot expect an answer for everything. That's what I've realized.
E takes F4 wins at least one pawn. But what I was going to say is that bullet is really difficult. And when I played bullet, I played tons of terrible moves. So it's not like, queen takes A1. That's a rook. But what I was good. It's not like either of us are both. When we play bullet, the same mistakes kind of happen where we blunder pieces away. It's very tough, and you're moving in the instant. But when you're up a piece,
and it's always easier to like sit here and comment it. Like doesn't 100%. Matter what game it is, like any game, even if it's World Championship candidates, whatever it is, it's always easier to sit and comment it than
there's no responsibility in terms of the moves. If I blunder a piece, I just take the move back.
Yeah, I mean I missed mate in 2 twice during the show.
You also missed mate in 1. So
mate in 1, I'm saying, sorry. Mate in 1 twice.
You missed mate in 1 so many times that you just forgot that it was.
I lost the count.
No, but it's tough. And I feel for Tania, it's becoming a bit of a rout in Levy's favor. But as we've seen throughout this match, firstly, think about how few games we've seen. This is game 19, if I'm not mistaken. Yesterday, we had 26 games. So that's how close these games have been, where they're going down to the wire pretty much every single time.
How many games yesterday?
26.
Okay, that's quite a lot. And how much time is left?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So bishop b4, knight g5. H6, 94.
Oof.
Go. H6, only move.
H6 is the only
Don't
move.
blunder Queen H7.
Okay. So what's the
94.
pawn count?
I think it's level. So 94, Bishop B7.
Wow, it is level. That's so well. You don't hang the E6 pawn.
Oh yeah. So you cannot go Bishop B7. Okay, what to do? 97. Go Knight F5. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know
97
either.
makes sense.
Oh, this
Now
doesn't
Bishop
look
A3
good.
is very nasty. Bishop A3, Bishop D6.
Yep.
Yeah, you should have gone 90. I'm still 96. Bishop A3 was there. Yeah, very unpleasant.
Take that
And
knight.
you know the opening choices. Again, a good opening choice. He's going for the initiative when he's playing. Although the tide is clearly in his favor. So
Yep.
when things are going good, not Rook E8. Oh no, that was
Wait,
yeah.
what? I turned
Yeah,
my
Rook
head.
E8, 98.
I
Rook
turned my
E8,
head
98.
for a second, Vidit, to like look at the chat, and then a rook was gone. So yeah, it's just that kind of day.
Yeah, it's a bad day. Things are not going well.
Yeah. Do. Yeah. Anyway, so right now we see the double pawns for white. Levy is just going to pile up pressure on them. Played okay. I thought he was going to knight c6, knight a5 at some moment, but instead she's knight to d7.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, black is such a comfortable position.
Because usually in exchange for these double pawns, you get a very quick initiative, but here you don't have that. You just have double pawns.
Mm-hmm.
Knight g5. Oh, it's not white's move. Wait, rook b1. Now knight g5. Okay, knight e2 is the passive version of knight g5.
I think that's what I noticed. She has this instinct of playing like very solid. She will not go for the most decisive options. That's the feeling I got when I saw the games.
Yeah, I think you're right. She kind of shies away from more concrete lines in favor of playing like a calmer move, but sometimes the position really requires that you play in that moment rather than saving it up for later.
True. So now rook e7 and double the rooks. Go for it.
Okay, so that the a4 pawn now is on a targeted square. So if the queen moves from c2, you lose a4. And the double c pawns are still kind of weak. So Levy has played this one perfectly thus far.
True. I think we'll see only 2 more games, right? I think.
No, this is the last one.
This is the last one? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think that's where it makes the difference. She was getting good positions, but she didn't have the practice for this kind of format of playing online. And from my experience, I think it makes a big difference. Like some people who are used to it, seeing first of all a 2D board and then having this mouse skills and playing under like time pressure, not making fewer mistakes under time pressure. All of this, it all counts. This practice really matters.
You also very rarely play so many games in a row, right? That's in some ways the problem in the SEC is that when you lose a game, you don't get a 5-minute break. You got to play your next game right away.
True. I agree. And when things go bad, sometimes they like really drift. That's what happened today for Tania.
So right now, Levy's gonna move his king, go after the g3 pawn. There it is. And
Levy's the kind of player, I think he goes for a direct attack. He's that like Grand Prix, that kind of stuff he likes to play. That's what I've noticed. Black to go Dutch. For example, I would have taken on e2 and gone rook g4 and played that endgame, but he wants to keep the queens.
Yeah, he wants to go for checkmate. f4.
f4. Rook f3. Queen g4.
Uh-oh.
fg.
Yep, fg and the h4 pawn at the very least is... Okay, he's going to take on
now he goes for the endgame. Yeah. Okay, it's just lost.
Yeah, rook 8 g4, there it is, threatening mate. Yeah. And then if you take, here comes the rook on the third rank.
Yeah, all the pawns are going.
Rook e3, or not.
Rook g2? Rook g2? Is it
rook g2!
Rook g2, rook g4. King h3, f3. So still it was winning. But rook g2 was a nice trick to try,
Yeah, just to try to blockade and say,
Yeah,
there's
but
no
still,
way.
I think there are C6 breaks, right?
Right, you go here, play
think-
C6. But we had fun. Unfortunately, this one came to a end. When the match is over, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll have an interview with both players. So look forward to that. Tania and Levy, thank you so much for joining us. I know that was an exhausting match and a fun one for us and the fans. Congratulations to you, Levy. Tania, unfortunately, that one didn't go your way. What do you think you could have changed or done differently that would have made the result a little bit better for you?
I think my chances were better in the 5 minute and the 3 minute, and I think especially in the 5 minute, I think in the beginning I had some good positions that I messed up. What would make it better is definitely more blitz practice and more bullet practice. I think it's completely a different animal from like classical play, and I think it's a lot to do with time and with your time management, and I think I need to work on that. So in the 1 minute in the bullet, I had absolutely no chance. I mean, even the few games where I had a good position and I was even up on time, I ended up messing it up. So I think the first few games of the 5 minute is where I had the best chance and probably should have capitalized on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know if I was supposed to go second. No, I mean, I definitely agree. I think the match was far closer than the score reflects. Unlike yesterday, that score was very, very reflective of the difference of skills. No offense, David. I felt like Tania was like better in probably 75% of the positions that we were playing, and I was very slow. I think I was just a little bit luckier. But real quick, before you guys ask another question, I just want to give a shout out to my mom because it's her birthday, and I said I would win for her. And happy birthday, Mom. You're the best. Hope you're healthy. Love you. Okay, guys, more questions.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
After such a nice thing, Vidit, it's definitely your turn to ask a question.
So what do you think was the turning point? Like, I think at some point the score was 5.5, 2.5, and Tania was like winning the game, like almost, but that game she lost from a good position. I think that was the turning point, because if she would have won. So what do you think, according to you, was the turning point where it started to drift away for you, Tania?
I've played so many games. It's kind of hard to say right now, but yeah, I think a couple of the 5 minute games which were better for me and which went badly, it wasn't, I think, just one. It was quite a few of them. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to point out, but I think even going into the 3 minute segment, I still like was feeling that, okay, fine, even though I lost more games in the 5 minute thing, considering the positions I got and the way I was playing, I thought that I would be able to fight back, and it's far from over. But I think losing, I think it's when we went to 1 minute and I was already down a lot on the score that I felt it's going to be harder to come back. But then 1 minute, anything can happen. But I did have an idea that Levy has played a lot of bullet and he is a strong bullet player. And I did not have as much practice. And that's something that I hope I can improve on and put up a better fight next time.
Yeah. And Levy, on your end, before the show began, we were talking and you were commending Tania for being such a solid player, and you chose the Dutch defense. So were you purposely trying to get sort of tactical or more imbalanced positions?
Yeah. There was this question yesterday to both John and David about whether or not they prepared, and both of them were like, I'm too busy. I have other things to do. And I found that hilarious because when I was preparing, we look at each other's openings, if how much blitz and bullet experience we have, etc. And I just noticed that I had to stop preparing because I was just making me sad seeing how much better of a classical player Tania is than me. All these really solid games against 26, 25 high rated players. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play this. If she stays consistent, which pretty much did happen throughout the match, I'll try to get attacks in the Queen's Gambit accepted. If we go for that variation, I'll just play the Dutch. I felt like the Dutch positions definitely were pretty promising and imbalanced, and that's probably where things favored me, if anywhere. But most of the match was probably decided within the last, 15 seconds per player, frankly. It was extremely draining emotionally.
Yeah, I mean, you two played 20 games, whereas yesterday the match was 26 games. So clearly the games were taking longer and they were much more down to the wire. And Tania, I mean, you mentioned how more bullet practice would benefit you. We felt like there are many 50-50 games where in mutual time trouble, there were just, blunders that you wouldn't normally see. So is that really what it came down to, not just in the bullet portion of the time control, but also just in general, the waning seconds were doing you no favors?
I think there were quite a few games where I just left my rook just like that.
Yeah.
I just punted my rook. And it did happen once. I think it happened a couple of times in like reasonable positions. Yeah, like Levy was saying, I think it came down to the last few seconds in which he was too fast, too strong.
I think there was one game which was really nice where the black had pawns on g4, h3, and then you exchanged everything. Then you took the king. You took the pawn on h3 with the king, went to f7, and just pushed g4. That was a nice game. I think right before the bullet section, the last game.
That was a much needed like confidence boost. So
yeah, that was amazing, honestly.
Yeah, that game. I mean, I knew I had to regroup after that game because it felt like my attack was stronger. And then I, for some reason, took on e4. And the bishop there was like not so strong, but then the knight just killed the whole attack. And I was like, uh-oh. I think for me, I know Vidit asked about like turning point. Very early in the match, I don't know, Tania, like the game where it was like in English, I think the only English of the match, if I'm not mistaken. And so I sacked my rook in the corner and like found that combo to win the c7 pawn, trap the knight on b3. I was like, this is the most genius thing I've ever done. There is no more peak. And then, I had like 4 seconds versus 50 or something. I felt like if I had lost that game, then definitely 5-1 would have been closer. I think that was a 5-1. I don't even know at this point.
Yeah.
True. That game was decisive.
Well, it was a great match indeed. And Levy, I have one final question for you, because now that you've moved on in the bracket, who do you want to play between Teddy Coleman and Danny Wrench?
Well, probably want to go head-to-head with Danny because, I don't know. But as of 5 minutes ago, I actually thought he was the favorite in that match. But I think it'll be fun. My position would be to make it open microphone, talk some trash, embarrass Danny live in front of thousands of people, and show why 2GM commentary is better.
Wow. Well, I like the words of confidence. Thank you to you both. It really was a fantastic match. Tania, again, sorry it didn't go your way. And Levy, congratulations. You're moving on. But everybody really enjoyed it. So thank you, you two.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Congrats, Levy, and all the best.
Thank you.
Well, we just saw a phenomenal fight between two stellar players. They have a lot of mutual respect for one another. It was a close battle, but only one player could move on. That is international master Levy Rozman, the 2 seed by rating. He showed that when it came down to the wire, he had it going for him. And so he moves on the opposite side of the bracket from the number 1 seed, John Bartholomew. So Vidit, as you look at the bracket, we see JB, we see Levy into the second round. How about Lawrence Trent? I got to ask you about that match. Lawrence Trent versus Kostya Kavutskiy. Maybe you don't know Kostya so well, but what are Lawrence's chances in a field like this?
Who is the high rated?
They're about the same. I think Kostya is a little bit high rated.
I don't know what you are asking me. What do I feel about Lawrence Trent? And I have to sum it up in 1 minute. I have so much. He's a very cool guy, for sure. And he's always like, he takes jokes on him well. So that's a very good quality. Not many people can do that. So I admire him for that. And chess-wise, I've not seen him play for long. So I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah, and Kostya is a friend of mine, as is Lauren. So I just, I'm just trying to get you to say something controversial. You really succeeded in parrying that threat, so good on you. But as I look across the bracket, I'm really excited for all of these matchups. To remind everybody of the schedule, the action continues tomorrow with Alina Kaslinskaya taking on Krzysztof Sielecki. So that's going to be another fun one. You praised Alina quite a bit throughout the show today as probably the player most likely to become a grandmaster, as she does have 2 GM norms. She's near 2,500 rating. She's married to someone who's a little bit good at chess. I don't know if you've heard of this guy Wojtaszek, but he's pretty good. He only won the Isle of Man 2018 and is.
But it's again like about practice. Krzysztof plays a lot of chess online, and I don't remember Alina playing so much. So that's again an important factor, as we saw today, the practice of playing online.
For sure, because as good as you can be over the board, if you're not practiced online, then your mouse speed won't be really up to par. And so the matchups that we have left, I'm excited for every single one of them. I think that they can go really either way. We did see the favorites move on convincingly with John Bartholomew and Levy Rozman, but I do think as these matches unfold, we will see some upsets, at least by initial ranking. But Vidit, As always, it's been an absolute pleasure having you join me for commentary.
Same
you
here.
know that I greatly respect your chess, and I'm way too nice to you relative to how I am. So I think you understand your positioning.
But I still got booed, so
You did. You got booed.
I'll not sleep well.
But there were no moments of silence. At least you didn't get that awkward silent treatment that I give Danny.
That's worse. That's worse than booing.
Right, because that's like disappointment. You know, when you're disappointed, that's always the worst feeling. When you know you did something wrong, they're not angry at you, but they're giving you that. Well, maybe you shouldn't have done that.
They make you feel that, the pain.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
and I really don't want to make you feel bad, but sometimes I have to. Like I said, it's a growing experience. You and I are going to be teammates. I know you're excited for that.
That will be a pretty epic match.
I honestly hope we get all sorts of like variants and we get some bug house going on. I don't know. How are you at bug house?
I'm pretty good. And
You're pretty good?
At least I'm better than Danny. That's top one.
But that's a low bar. So
I play against my opponents. I don't play against pieces.
oh, okay. Well, I do appreciate that you can at least be better than Danny at that. I don't know what we have in store for us when we have that match, but it's going to be Vidit Gujarati and I will be taking on Anish Giri and Danny Wrench. I'm so pumped about it that I've mentioned like 6 times already. But for now, we're going to have to bid everyone a farewell. Enjoy yourselves. Stay healthy, stay safe, and keep enjoying the chess that's brought to you by Chess.com.
Awesome.